It doesn't matter how you feel.
Saying he's led by God, but you feel like God is not telling y'all that. Do you still follow him?
You said something interesting, Ish. You just said like men don't think the way that women do. So it almost sounds like you don't fully trust their expertise. So how could you successfully be led by?
So the majority of men don't have kids. Y'all are picking wrong. Y'all are literally picking the minority.
Every man that's on this panel, y'all have more kids than all of us women.
51% of black men are single and childless.
Excuses for the statistics. The statistics don't go well in your favor. So you say things like, okay, are they shooting blanks? Or they
because men, I don't feel like men are overall passive aggressive. The majority of men. Do you think that silence is that passive aggressive? Because we will do that.
Yeah, because there's niggas that'll use that as a way to trigger a woman. Like, because a lot of time a woman will tell you, like, when you're silent, it makes me feel like I'm ignored. So a nigga will do that intentionally.
Yeah, no, I'm just because I didn't agree with the passive aggressive part until Mary said that. I'm like, okay, I can see men and be like, you know what? I ain't saying nothing else. Will unsubscribing from the Democratic Party help fix Black America?
Let's just unsubscribe. No, you got to know why.
I don't think so.
That's the only thing that get black people together. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Wow.
Like that.
What I think will fix is if black people truly understood politics.
Because for a guy, because listen, it's so many different reasons for a man to want to hang out with his friends.
Adrian, I'm not gonna let that slide. I heard you. Why do you think that it's older single women who share that opinion?
Sometimes that's the case. There has to be balance.
Explain what White History Month is.
It's honoring the achievements of the greatest ethnic group in human history.
Wow.
I think all of that shit deserves a put them in the bathroom.
Would you rather have a whore of a daughter or a gay son?
Let's see here.
Bruh.
Because if she's a hoe, that ain't my problem. Hell, she just be a hoe. Shit.
That's a whore. Definitely. Like,
yeah, is going to college a waste of time?
Absolutely.
I wouldn't think for biology.
And can I just piggyback on that?
Read this for me, Q.
Okay, $5 super chat from Omega Green. Depends. Go for STEM, medical or law. However, if you go for BS degrees like communications, is that supposed to be policies? Or
poli-sci, political science.
Poli-sci, okay. Yeah. Or criminal justice, it's wasted time.
Final thought.
When you take a man's time, it's like taking his money. When you take a man's money, it's like taking his time. Simply put, we want something for it. If you're not interested, don't go out. Sis, hit me up. Let's clear your coochie balance.
Do women, should they still be covered by men? Do women need to understand what it takes for men to feel like they should be covered by men?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, women don't value men anymore, and it's evident.
For women to admit that they're not equal to their men, women have to come to that conclusion that you are not equal to your man. Are you for spanking? Let's go around the room, yes or no. Q, you for spanking?
Absolutely.
Age.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so big kids don't get spankings?
You gotta fight them niggas.
There's no difference between divorced women and single mothers. The man will, in both circumstances, suffer comparably with no benefit to himself. The benefits don't outweigh the cost.
But it's still better to go with someone who hasn't gone through that. It's still better to not choose them.
Have men been getting over on household duties all this time?
Listen, but I don't touch a trash bag to save my life.
So let me ask you, could you and your wife switch roles in what you do versus what for that person hold y'all back or let y'all go?
Physically, can't nobody hold me back.
Ain't no such thing as a fair fight. But we here. Did you hear the Stampede? We in the building. Whiskey was popping. Mr. White was good.
Yo, what's good, man? How I get the slot next to you tonight? Oh shoot! Probably because I got fat.
I gotta keep you safe. That's all.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
The only place you fit.
That's not nice. Alex, what's popping?
Hey, Hamp. Hey, y'all.
Yeah, all right. That's all you?
Yes, it is, Hamp. It's all me.
Word?
Yes.
Okay.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Like that a week ago, but I'll take it though.
Don't do that.
Mary, what's popping? Where you been at?
What's up? I miss y'all. I've been, being pregnant.
Are you done getting pregnant? Have you learned your lesson?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
Savage, what's popping?
What's up? Congrats on the pregnancy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Working, man. Q, what's up? What? How cold is it up that motherfucker? You think?
Seasons done changed this way.
Okay.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
What's happening, my people? My guy, how you doing?
I'm doing the right thing, man. I cannot complain, man. Age, I see you got your shoulders out. Who you trying to impress?
I got my clavicle out. Not my shoulders, my clavicle. Been working on them too. You see it?
Really?
You see it? You see my clavicle?
What workout is that?
It's only one way to work that out.
Go back on mute.
I was thinking the same thing, Mary.
Wow. Go back on mute, Mary.
Yo, me and Corey had a workout group. This nigga scared away all the clients, man.
That's not true. That's not true.
He had them working out like they was going to play college football, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to get them ready. Man.
It's all girls.
Stay ready so you all got to get ready, man. That's what we doing.
Hey, it was so bad. Asia used to come. One time she just dropped her son off and left. I said, God damn, man.
That's a fact. That did happen. Asia lazy. That's why her clavicle's fat.
But wait, no. But don't lie, don't front. I was doing good. I was going up them hills. I was doing them push-ups. Don't do me. Don't do me.
Bub was good, man. Welcome to the new age of technology, man.
Oh man, it was a struggle. It was a struggle. It ain't about me right now though, man. Salute to you on that 10,000 subscription milestone. You know what I'm saying? Now that you got 10,000 subscribers, I got to
shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Hey yo, y'all make sure y'all check out my websites, Direction CYLP Garments, and Direction CYLP Garments, and also check me out on restricted garments on Shopify, yo. I got what you want, I got what you need. Let's get it, baby.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Yeah. Hey, y'all check out my Check out my OnlyFans. I be twerking and popping on the handstand.
That's crazy.
That was nuts.
Oh, man, you everybody get his money, bro. Make it clap.
Oh my God, yo, come on, man. It's your first show back, bro. You've been in DC too long. They done flipped you, man.
Let me back, man.
Got the clapping going? Clapping them? Yeah.
Get extra tips.
Master Corey.
I get extra tips. I gotta do what I gotta do. It's hard over here. I got bills.
That's so gay, man. Damn, man.
Yeah, they got men on this
panel. Huh?
I said they got men on this panel that have sex with their feet in the air. I don't want to hear nothing about me being gay.
Listen, you the one say you
like
had an
that.
OnlyFans.
Like that.
you the one say you had an OnlyFans.
Hey, on to the conversation, man.
This thing, all right. You about to get your ass. You know what? That's all right. We got something for you today, man. Damn. All right. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. It helps the channel the most. Let me make sure I shout that out real quick. My brother Mike Brown, I appreciate you.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Day one, too. Real shit. The 50 ball, man. Congratulations on the 10,000 subscribers, man.
Shit like that. Shit like that.
Thanks
Shit
to
like
all
that.
the panels who help along the way. Real shit, man. This shit is a commitment. I'm telling you, man. But it's worth it in the end for sure. But that shit started slow, boy. Good gracious. But we got there. You feel me? Zombie in the chat. I wonder if he high. You think he high, Asia?
Absolutely.
Yo, Tay was popping. Lionel was first, like always. Nina, we see you did a good job yesterday. Nina caught some smoke yesterday, too. But she did all right, though. She did all right. You know what I mean? We here, man. So let's get into this, man. We had a bunch of single people on the panel last week. How you say they did, Love?
I think the men did
Single
pretty
men.
darn good.
You think they were transparent?
I believe so. Yes, I believe they were very transparent. They got
So
vulnerable.
what you give them from A to F?
Oh, I would give them a B overall as a collective. I'll give them a B as a collective.
What Chief get?
Chief got a B plus. B plus.
B. You only saying that because he's sitting there?
I don't say
And we hung out this weekend too.
And he gives great hugs in person. So yeah, that gave him the plus.
Wow.
Moisture.
This nigga's wild.
Now you dragging it, nigga. Now cut it out. I just said
You
he gives
said
nice
it. I ain't saying
he gives
nothing
great
about it.
hugs.
Real hard.
He gives nice hugs.
Yeah, but that had nothing to do with nothing. I asked how he did. You said he gave nice
Why
hugs.
you got the plus? Instead of just the B.
Hey, Moist, that happened.
I didn't get moist. I just fell into his arms and I felt safe.
Stop the cap.
This nigga is a hater.
You had to throw them drawers away, nigga. Throw the fucking drawers in the garbage. Q, how they do last week, you think?
Trash. Straight up trash. We know they was not all keeping it real.
You don't think so?
Wow.
No. Half the time we couldn't understand what the fuck. Bro.
Who? Oh, Ron?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Ron.
He
I
brought
don't
the
know.
average down. Yeah, he brought the average down.
You think so?
Yeah.
John the Baptist with the $2 super chat. Love rocking that Erykah Badu look. That's how Erykah Badu dress? Fuck, pay attention to Erykah Badu.
What?
Yeah. Who? You pay attention to Erykah Badu still?
Hell yeah.
She's slow.
What? Whenever she in the area, me and my wife taking that trip. Word. She can get all this bread.
Word.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
Did you buy the candle too?
Hell no.
Oh, stop at the candle, huh? She get all that bread into that candle. Come out.
Absolutely.
Damn, man. All right, let's get into this shit. Let's start with the baseline. I learned this from Alex. Let me see. Where's that question? What does the concept of marriage mean to you? What does the concept of marriage mean to you? Mr. White, when you think about this construct, the concept, what does it mean to you?
So marriage to me is the two becoming one. It's aligning in purpose, and it's very like goal oriented. You know, you got to have a clear vision, and it should be something that benefits others too. So it's not like just about like happiness, but it's meant to accomplish something much more than that.
Okay.
So,
does love have anything to do with it?
Yes, it does. Love won't keep a marriage though, but you do need to love each other. That's important. That's top three.
Love is top three?
Yeah, it's top three.
Master Corey, love is top 3. However, arranged marriages have a very, very low divorce rate. So, is there any correlation there?
I think arranged marriages have a low divorce rate because divorce just isn't accepted in those cultures, so they don't really have the they don't feel they have the option to divorce. I don't know that like they are having a great relationship though. Yeah, I think love is important. I think love is number 1, not just top 3.
Is Mary, and the results of love being number 1, because I think more people align with Corey. We got 54% divorce rate. Should love be number 1?
No, and I don't believe it is number 1.
Okay. Go on.
I like Adrian said, it should be definitely top 3, but there's a lot of other things that have to align too, because you can love somebody and not be with them.
What's number 1 then?
Yeah.
To me, number 1 is just beliefs aligning.
Yeah, like what?
Like how you feel like you should raise your kids, or how you feel like the household should be ran. Is it going to be a modern or a traditional marriage? Just overall, like your beliefs, your expectation.
For the marriage, so like there's a show called Parent Test. They had a bunch of different like ways of parenting. You saying that both the parents have to parent the same way, stuff like that?
I'm not saying that they have to parent the same way, but there's got to be some level of balance where it's not always, making conflict with how one parent parents versus how the other parent parents. If you guys can't agree or have common ground on certain parenting, because moms and dads are going to have different parenting ways anyway, but there still has to be that balance where it's not causing conflict.
So one can think
that's the most important thing in a marriage.
No, when he said in regards to, I named that as one of the like beliefs and how you feel like things should be ran. Like, to me, that's top. Yeah.
So
one don't want to have that. Don't like, and people forget that part. You could marry somebody. One person wants kids. The other person doesn't want kids. You think that's gonna last? No.
Good.
You might have a better. But I'm saying
it's called compromise. I mean, yeah, it can happen.
On a kid though?
Don't.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people that do not compromise on children. There's people that do not want children and nothing's going to change about it. And I wish more people separated sooner when they realize they didn't want children because they wait so long.
So you don't believe in opposites attracting then, because you feel like people have to be aligned on everything.
No, I don't believe they have to be aligned in everything. I'm saying like your beliefs, like the basic things, like children, maybe not the same religion, but we already got on that topic. Just again, is it a modern family or a traditional family? Like things like that.
I don't think Mary thought through it.
I didn't think through it.
Because you're saying, well, maybe not on religion. Like that's huge.
No, I'm not saying not. I'm saying we already talked about that. I'm saying you don't have to have the same, exact religion.
So what the fuck are you aligning on then? If you're saying they can have different parenting styles, different religions.
There's religions that have similar beliefs that are different.
How do you know?
From what y'all like. What you mean?
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
Mary, just mute. Alex, what does the concept of marriage mean to you?
I think it's a commitment and the decision to decide to do life with a person. When I say that, I mean good, bad, and indifferent. And understanding that this is the person that you are going to grow with, and it's a choice that you make. And for me, love wouldn't be number one. It would be number 3 maybe. But I would put number 1 as commitment. I'm committed to making this work. I'm going to commit every day to get up and choose this relationship that we put forth. I commit to working through it even when shit is hard. Love is like in between there.
So you're saying just being committed to it, that's key. That's number 1.
So you're willing to commit to some shit you don't love, but you're just gonna stay committed.
Well, I said that love is intertwined in there.
But love is number 3.
Love is like we've had this conversation before. Like love is the glue. Love goes in the mix of everything.
But if you had to pick between the two,
love ain't keep you married. Love ain't keep you married.
Love is not enough for a marriage.
What?
Ooh, I'm married.
Yeah, but this is round what for you?
We've been 2 years. Round what? This is round 1. I'm on 1 and done. I'm not getting married. I got love. We got love over here.
That was the other friend.
Talk that
that's
talk,
the other friend.
Yeah, we 1 and done over here. We got love. You know.
Talk that talk.
You can pay the bills with love?
Do I do what?
Y'all pay the bills with love?
We got jobs too. We got love and jobs. We got both. Not either or. Yeah, we got jobs. We pay the bill with jobs.
Bub, what does the concept mean to you, Bub? Marriage.
Yo, I'm starting off with love. Love number 1 for me, because if I don't love you, I ain't fucking marrying you. Word, because I already know everything I'm gonna put into that marriage, and I'm not giving you all that if I don't love you. All right, and then for me, that companionship got to be second, because if you can't be my companion, if we ain't compatible, you not getting a ring from me. Trust me. Word.
So love, companionship,
yeah. Everything else after that is just like whatever. But those 2 right there, it's major. I ain't getting you ain't getting no ring.
So what about the talking points of duty and purpose and all that other shit?
Oh yeah, absolutely. As far as that, like I'm like, you gotta everything over here gotta be like traditional. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as talking points, the majority of the time we don't gotta be 100% agreeable upon each other, but I'll take 98%. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, that's damn near 100. You ain't getting that. Ain't much wiggle room.
That's all. Damn sure ain't. Hey, that's all I'm willing to give. Word.
Okay. Savage, what does the concept of marriage mean to you?
Faith, family, duty.
In that order?
Yep.
Is love a part of any one of those?
Those 3 create love.
Faith, family, and duty. Love derives from a combination, or you have to have all those 3 in order for love to be.
Well, if you're married and you don't have any duty in your marriage, your wife's not gonna love you. You're not gonna love your wife because your marriage is gonna be rough. If you don't have God, you have no order. And if you don't have family, you're not really married. So you need all 3 of those things to some part in order to make love.
So atheist people can't have a successful marriage? Is that what we're saying?
What's that?
Atheist people can't have a successful marriage?
Well, I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian, so if you're an atheist, I'm not going to.
Atheist people have a successful
I'm
marriage.
not an atheist, so I couldn't answer that.
Well, you're not a lot of things, but I mean, is it possible for atheist people?
Everything is possible.
All right. Okay. I'll just check.
The question was, what does marriage mean to me? Not what does marriage mean to atheists? From
gotcha. All right. I'll just check.
But it is a kind of an interesting question, though. Like Bub, are you an atheist, Bub?
I don't like to give myself a title, but I'm a non-believer. And life is great though.
But it's interesting to assess though. So Savage, from your viewpoint, they don't have faith.
Well, that's a hard statement to say because this country was built with Christian principles. So you have some form of faith woven into society, even if you don't believe. So like, well, marriage is a religious thing. So like people getting married and being atheists still lends back to the Christian beliefs of the country. So there are parts.
I didn't have to get married though. I still would have gave my wife everything she has now without that piece of paper. I still would hold it down.
I'm not saying that you wouldn't hold it down, but I'm saying that it's hard to answer that question because we live in a Christian country
First off, marriage is not a Christian thing, bro. There was marriages long before there was Christianity. So let's just start there. Marriage is not a Christian thing.
But it's a religious thing, and an atheist is being a non-believer. We live in a Christian nation. This also rooted back from me being a Christian.
All right, go ahead, continue. I'll say I'll get into it later. I'm just saying.
It's because Savage, you said you can't do it without God. That's false.
Well, you might be able to do it without God, but I cannot.
Okay, better worded that way.
Well, again, the question was, how do I feel about marriage? Yeah. So the whole context was what I believe for me, not what I believe for everyone else.
Yeah, but you said it's rooted in God, though.
Marriage is rooted in religion. All faiths had marriage.
Okay.
Yo, let them niggas know, Savage, man. They trying to double up on you. Let them know.
Hey, was Adam and Eve married?
Well, if you subscribe to my OnlyFans, I can tell you about it.
I'm just trying to figure out what religion was Adam and Eve.
They would be part of Judaism.
I don't know. I'm fucking around. I'm just asking questions. I don't know.
Savage, I don't like the back pedal from it though. I ain't gonna hold you. So if you believe that this is the construct of marriage, you don't gotta fucking backpedal for Bub and Master Corey because they saying that it don't matter.
Well, I'm not backpedaling. I can disagree with what they believe, but the question wasn't preferenced as in what is the best thing for marriage. It was preferenced on what I believe. So you can't then expound that to other people because that's not what the question was and that wasn't the answer.
However, though, if they doing something wrong, you could tell them. I'm not justifying shit for nobody else if I know what works and I know what it is. They could be wrong. Do you think they are? Let me ask you a question. Do you think they're wrong?
Oh, for sure. Without God, wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Adrian was right, man. Fuck them niggas, man. Okay. Go ahead, love. You want to say something?
That's Corey.
Q, you want to say something?
I'm uncomfortable with F them niggas. I'm uncomfortable with dealing with that with him. So I'm taking my head like, ooh, child. Look, go ahead. You got a question?
He ain't say it.
I know he didn't say it. I just I'm uncomfortable.
That's the problem. That's the problem with niggas. When white people come around, y'all want to button up and shit. Fuck Savage.
Now you already know I'm not butting up around him. I said I don't.
Yeah, what you talking about? You uncomfortable? We talking regular.
Yeah, tell them niggas. That's what I'm talking about.
Mute.
Tell them niggas. I was uncomfortable with that. You asked my opinion. I gave it. I don't like that. I'm uncomfortable. Now,
yeah, man, get yourself a water bottle or something. Don't they make water bottles that like make people feel comfortable now or some shit? Jesus Christ. Q, you want to say something?
Yeah, I'm hearing everybody talking and all this love shit, and I'm like, that's like a plus. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like when you kind of piggybacking off of what Alex was saying, like when you truly understand that commitment and that partnership and doing life with somebody, like that's that motherfucker that out of everybody in this world, they got your back all the way through the end of this shit. And you got their back all the way through to the end of this shit, no matter what happens.
Why would I have that level of commitment for someone I didn't love, though?
But let me land, Master Corey. When you get that part, that makes divorce that much more hard because you really understand that shit for real. You understand it's not going to be lovey-dovey all the time. So to all y'all that's talking about love being number one, what happens when the love fades? What do y'all do?
You work through that shit, man. My love ain't fading.
Yeah, I don't think love fades. I think people can grow tired of situations and be frustrated and mad with people, but they still love them. I think if you love somebody, the love will be there, even through bad times.
Exactly. I'm rocking with Corey. Word.
Yeah, but you love people and leave them all the time. You love people from a distance. You separate and all of these other things because
you make commitments and break them. Hold on.
So, but that's why you say commitment first then, right? Because commitment will make the marriage last. Love won't make it last. How many people have you? You said what?
I break commitments every day. What the fuck?
Yeah, that love for your wife is
then
different.
you wasn't, but then you weren't committed if you break it, right?
Yeah, I could commit to some shit. I committed to being here at 9. I got here at 9:01. Like,
So then you weren't. So then you no. So you. So then you weren't committed though.
I didn't love this shit. Right? If I love this shit, I'd have been here 8:55, ready to go.
Yo.
I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Y'all following that love shit first, y'all setting yourself up for like some major heartbreak and disappointment type shit. Like because y'all making that the number one. That's mad. No disrespect, but like that's some like female type shit. Like women will make
love niggas.
Wow.
Typically women would make love number one, right? You would see that more with them. I'm looking for somebody to love me. You don't love the fucking self?
Oh, nah. I ain't looking for nobody to fucking love me. I'm saying I love my wife, but I ain't looking for nobody to love me.
That's exactly what he said.
Like,
it ain't nothing working without that commitment and that loyalty. Because that loyalty is what comes with that.
The love makes the commitment stronger. My level of commitment is stronger because I love her. My level of loyalty to her is stronger because I love her. If I just liked her, my loyalty wouldn't be nowhere near as fucking strong as it is with the love.
Exactly.
So love is most important.
So is love a corner?
Right?
If I just like you, I could cheat on you.
Right.
But you can't love somebody without you. You can't genuinely love somebody without the loyalty.
That was not it. It's bub. Niggas love and cheat.
Hold on. If I just like you, I'm gonna cheat on you. If I loved you and I married you, that's out. That's a fact. That's out.
But you're one out of how many?
That's a fact.
That's
one out of how many?
That's a fact.
That is an extreme outlier point.
I have a question real quick. Because I think Q is it, well, I don't know if this is a broad question, whatever. Is it because love could be a fleeting feeling? Is that why? Q, I guess I was directed towards you, Q. Is that why you're saying that? Because it's a fleeting feeling. I love you and I could fall out of love with you or not love you because you pissed me off.
Well,
I can get bored with you. So it's fleeting. That's why you think it's problematic?
Well, right. So this is coming from me listening to people who have had long-term marriages. And a lot of times you hear them say that shit. Like we fell in and out of love throughout the years. I'm like, damn, I be sitting with that shit like, yo, that's heavy because I didn't have that understanding the first go round. So now it's like, oh, that's some real shit. So it's like, I've already had these feelings coming out of the divorce that love obviously is not number one. So, I mean, kudos to Corey with your one and done in your 2 years, and kudos to Bub. But y'all on the outside.
We ain't doing this again. Me and Corey ain't doing this shit no second round. That's out. Word.
Yeah, I won't take that from y'all, but I'm just saying, like, that's y'all living risky though.
I hear that.
I ain't living risky. I done been in this shit for over a dub.
I hear
so I'm Gucci out here. I'm Gucci out here.
To Asia's point about, I feel like with love, the ebbs and flows, right? Like, I'm in love, I love you. I may not like you, but I love you, right? I think me and Q are on the same turn of like, love is like the glue, it's intertwined in things. But you gotta make the decision. Like, I am committed, good, bad, and indifferent, no matter what, to go ahead and make this work. And because I love you, and then that's where it comes in. And because I love you, I'm willing to go ahead and I'm willing to try a little bit harder to continue to make this work, to push through, to go through this.
Yeah, y'all said that enough. Love is it can't, I don't know if it's a cornerstone, but it can be a catalyst. I think if you use it as a cornerstone, you might be on some muddy foundation.
Mm-hmm. That's actually a great point, Han. As a catalyst, not a cornerstone. Because you have to feel something for that person to even want to keep on venturing down the path. I agree with you on that. It's a good catalyst. And I do hear a lot of background. I'm not sure if anybody else hears it.
Love is emotion. It's strictly just emotion. There's nothing else other than emotion when it comes to love. When it comes to loyalty and commitment, it becomes an act. But love is just how you feel.
It's not true. Are you committed to your parents? Did you ever fall out of love with them? Like, what the fuck? You don't have no level of commitment to them, but you still love them your whole life. Like, love came first.
But
The
Corey,
shit
that
you
was
do for them when they get old and you rub their feet, it ain't because you made no commitment to them niggas. It's because you love them. Right?
those are default relationships, though.
It's a relationship.
That's not a relationship you choose. I mean, depending on the situation and
You choose all relationships. Everything in life is a choice.
I think the foundational principles behind why you love someone is where it stands. Like, you don't just go into it loving someone. You develop the love for them because you realize you can trust them, because you realize they are committed to you, because they're holding on to the duty they've honored to you in the marriage or whatnot. So as much as love may be a cornerstone, I think it derives from the basic core principles of whatever you set to be your principles in marriage: trust, communication, whatever. All because you know you have those things is the reasons why you continue to love deeper and deeper against these people. So that's just my thought on it.
All right. Interesting. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel to grow. Zombie532 was popping with the $5 super chat. Trust and honesty are the foothold of marriage. Love is a byproduct of such. John the Baptist with the $2. John was good. Safe space. True Impact with the $10. Love is an action word. Loyalty is love. Action. Commitment is love. Action.
Love is an action word. Loyalty is love. Action. Commitment is love.
So they're saying that love is an action word. So when it comes to loyalty, that's love included with an action. So like I said, love is an emotion. So that's putting the emotion and the action together to be able to get that.
Okay, maybe. Mike Brown with the $5. Some people love that their spouse is a great father or mother, but when the kids leave the house, shit changes.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
My next question. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, hit that like button right now if you can. It helps the channel the most. Get the likes up, please, if you do not mind. Let's get into this. We had a conversation yesterday about who's smarter, men or women. And so the women were like, oh, women. So I'm like, so why y'all keep getting finesse for your draws then? Why y'all letting niggas smash the shit out you and run, but you so goddamn smart all of a sudden? Y'all got this intuition. Y'all can see the future, but you can't see that he gonna leave you. Or he only wants you for your panties. So needless to say, I converted the ladies to understanding that men were smarter. But no doubt. Let's get to this. Who's better at marriage? Men or women?
Oh, that's easy. It's men. Women leave.
Is that right?
So by default is men, I feel like.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Pew.
And I was gonna say, if we agree that marriage is commitment across the board, I have to agree with Mr. White on that. That flip flop do come from women higher numbers.
Man. So because women, hold on. All right. Too many single motherfuckers talking. Love, Q, mute. God damn it.
I have a question. It wasn't talking. I have a question.
For who? Mr. White?
For the people, for the men. I think it was more than men. Yeah, the men that said
nobody answered yet.
No, for the first question, they said loyalty. Didn't one of the men say loyalty or commitment?
The super chat.
I thought one of the men on the panel said commitment or loyalty was a part of their definition.
Super chat.
All right. Well, I don't have a question for the people on the panel then. My bad.
All right. Savage, who's better at marriage, men or women?
Men. Men are better. We're willing to stick in things longer, and we're also willing to deal with the malarkey even when we don't want to. Like we're just trying to get through and get by.
Well, now let me ask you: do we stay if women cheat?
No.
Do women stay?
Yeah.
And do we stay because we don't want to lose everything we work for, or do we stay because we committed?
I'd say it's probably because we don't want to lose everything.
So I'm just assessing it, right? So are we staying because we like, nah, I'm sticking through this shit, or I'm like, I want to see my kids every day, so I'm just gonna ride it out.
Like either way, like it could be either way. Even if you're sticking to keep your stuff, that's still a commitment because you're still in a place you don't want to be, and you're still committing to sticking through it. So like it's kind of both.
You are there,
yeah, and you're not leaving.
Yeah, but Mary, the reason why men stay, does that matter, or is Savage point well taken that men stay regardless of the reason they stay?
Why you stay matters, because if you're not staying for the marriage, then you're not really staying because you're still doing the same dumb shit that you ain't got no business doing. So, shit.
So question. I got a question, right? So say like there's certain thing that I like to do, but I do, like say when I get home, I like to sit in my car for 30 minutes to clear my mind before I come to the house. All right. And I stop doing that because you nag at me every time I do it. Does that change the fact that I'm doing the thing that stops you from nagging? Or do I have to like and want to do it for it to count?
I feel like you have to be happy with your decision yourself for it to be able to count. Like if you're just, there's compromise in certain things. Peace, I don't think that should be a compromise. So that scenario, it's kind of like, but it's more so like now you're doing it and then you come in the house and resent me because you can't have that time to yourself. So that causes more conflict.
Well, would you say that if I'm staying in a marriage because I don't want to lose my stuff, that I'm still doing this? I'm doing the same thing with like, I'm still committed. I'm losing my peace and I'm just suffering through it. And I'm doing the exact same. What's that?
I don't think that should happen.
Well, why
like
not?
anything that requires you to lose yourself, I don't think you should stay committed to it.
Then people wouldn't get married.
You said people wouldn't get married?
Correct, because prior to being married, I dated multiple women. Now that I'm married, I don't. Before I was married, I went and played football. Now that I'm married, I don't. Like, because I'm married, my personality and the things I do have to change. I can't go to concerts every other weekend because I have kids and a wife that I'm responsible for. So the things that I like to do, my hobbies, get limited because of my responsibilities. So that I'm not being who I am.
But that's
not a component of marriage, though. That's like your choices. Because I'm married and I still do all the same shit I used to do at the same level.
You talking to me?
Oh, my bad.
So
y'all ain't had no good answers.
First of all, you didn't let me respond. What? Send him back wherever the fuck he came from. Because obviously he on the whatever.
Y'all put me to sleep. Fuck.
But I believe in limiting yourself, but I also believe there are things that make you who you are. So if I knew this prior, yes, I do believe that there should be a limit once you're married. But as far as it altering who you are as a person to where you start to resent me because you can't, do something at all, that's different. Like I would never, my husband has rode dirt bikes before me. You know what I'm saying? And before I started riding them, he used to be out, riding all the time. Like, and it's like, okay, if that's something you like to do, me as a wife, teach me. You get what I'm saying? So it's like he still has his hobby. He still can go out. And sometimes I join him. You get what I'm saying? So I don't think people have to technically change who they are completely and not do something completely just to make a marriage work. Unless it's like, fucking a bunch of bitches and shit like that. That's kind of obvious.
Well, that's how you found me. That's what I was doing when you found me. So like,
Yeah, but that goes with being single. Like there's the basics that you follow, but things that make a person who they are, things that bring somebody peace, that's different.
Well, would you say that me staying in a marriage and keeping my children in my house and all the stuff I've earned my entire life, is that who I am?
I mean, you could do all that without being in the same. You can't do all
I
that.
can't take it no more. I can't take it no more. Somebody else get in.
Yo, so I think I was thinking about this shit, and I believe something like 70% of women are wives are the ones who initiate divorces, right? And it's led to believe that they do that because the man ain't shit, or he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing in the marriage. But when I think about it, to Savage's point alone, like just because we're willing to stay and fight through the shit or push through it, I think that just that right there gives us the one up and makes us better because they quick to leave and not fight for the vows that they had. So to answer the question, men are better at marriage.
I'm questioning though. Are we fighting or are we playing it safe?
We ain't leaving.
We fighting, man. We fighting.
So why are these hoes still leaving at 70% click?
Why the women still leaving?
Yeah, like you fighting. What does this fight look like? Because men don't see we losing this fight overwhelmingly.
Well,
I think in many cases too, we just don't want to be the one to initiate the shit. You know what I mean? Because if we want it to end and she do us the favor and do it, like, all right, you started this. Now it ain't no turning back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Chief, you're right.
Scapegoat for us.
You're right, but that's contrary to your initial point. Because we ain't fighting. We saying, all right, fuck it, you did it. I ain't want to be here no way. I just ain't want to lose my house.
All right, well, the men of our generation are fighting harder because, you know, we trying to break fucking generational curses off top. You know, because a lot of us came up in single parent households and we ain't like the way that shit look. So that's why we fighting more. You know what I'm saying? The women might,
but you women for your kids. You ain't fighting for your marriage.
I ain't fuck these kids. It ain't even about the kids, really. It's about everything that come with it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Come with marriage.
Yeah, and having two separate households. You know what I'm saying? And going to see your father on the weekends. Going to see your mother, you know, every other weekend per se. We don't want none of that shit for our kids. So that's why we fighting harder. Our generation per se.
I'm gonna tell you, Mr. White, if my percentages was that I would get the kids and get to take half the money she got, I guarantee niggas would be on the first thing smoking.
Yeah, facts, yo. So even when we like, the only reason why I say men are better is just because women leave. But men don't fight, or at least they don't fight correctly. They think just because they're not leaving, like that means something. And it doesn't. A lot of times men are not willing to do the work. A lot of times they're not willing to look at themselves. They get so caught up in what the woman is doing that they don't know how to focus and do what they're supposed to do to give the marriage what the marriage needs, depending on the season that the marriage is in.
I think that goes both ways, Mr. White. And I think to answer your question, a lot of the reason why 70% of women leave because they know they get in the bag when they do.
Man. So Alex, are you guys? Well, Alex, you said you was an opportunist, right? You said you had your money on the side just in case shit hit the fan. So
you did.
Does Chief have a point?
That's not what I said.
Oh, my bad.
That's not what I said. I don't think that's why women choose to leave.
What you say? What did you say? What did you say? I don't need an answer. What did you say before? I'm tired of y'all motherfuckers tiptoeing. I gotta turn it up now.
And agree
we want answers.
I was gonna agree with Adrian. I think that men are better at marriage. Thinking in the theory because they're not.
You want answers. I want the truth.
What did you say? If I messed it up, what did you say, Scary?
I don't even remember, but I know it wasn't that. I know it wasn't that.
Come on,
Alex. She gonna be able to.
Scared.
Like,
come on, man.
What I said was that we were having a conversation about Black women and for us and being married, and I said that many of us were taught that you go to school, you work hard, you get your money, you always have something in the tuck, right? Because you have the situations where I don't want to go ahead and depend on a man, and then if shit hits the fan, it's not guaranteed that you're going to go ahead and you're going to get that money. So always have something, whether you are married, whether you are deciding to shacking up or whatever the situation, always have something on your own. Like always have something on the side, something that no one can ever take with me. But I also said that could be a generational thing for me, because that's what I was taught. I come from a line of, like I said before, of unmarried
Why
people.
are you anticipating leaving though?
It's not a matter of anticipating leaving. Like I didn't go into marriage thinking, for me personally, I did not go into marriage thinking that, okay, we're going to go ahead and get divorced. But I also told you, there came a point for me where I had to be like, all right, Alex, like you're okay. You're in this safe space. You're going to be fine. X, Y, and Z. And also means too that should anything happen on his end, should anything happen on his end, I can hold it down.
Alex.
Pam.
When did you hit? Hold on, be quiet for a second, Corey. Your camera looks terrible.
I'm up next, nigga.
All right. Now, Alex, when did you get to that point? What was the catalyst?
I told you, becoming pregnant now, where I was at a vulnerable space, and I didn't
all right, cool. Don't give me a word salad. You pregnant now? You pregnant now?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes.
How long y'all been together in total? 11
years.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
Got it. So it took you to get pregnant 11 years later to feel vulnerable. Go ahead, Master Corey.
That's because your priorities shift and change.
I got you. I hear it.
Whatever here.
Go ahead, Master Corey. What you want to say?
All right. So the original question was, who's better at marriage? And somehow the qualifier for that became, who the fuck is willing to stay around the longest? Why isn't it like, who's actually good at being a spouse in the relationship? Because I think that would be how we determine who's best at marriage. All right. And I think not just who the fuck is willing to, like, y'all have such a pessimistic view of marriage that, like, y'all are basing this shit off who's willing to put up with the bullshit the longest. Like, when we should be talking about who's better generally at being a spouse within a marriage.
All right, go ahead. Attack the question.
And I think, just from my experiences, I would say generally that's actually been women. I feel like dudes probably, mess it up more often. I think women are better spouses within the marriage than men generally.
They mess it up how?
Whether that be just not sticking to like some of the defined roles that they create as a couple, wanting to change those roles later because they're not happy with them, or things like that. Whatever like agreement they have as a couple, I think at some point like men kind of want to change that agreement, and then that usually causes conflict and usually causes them to be bad spouses.
You think men want to change the agreement?
I was rocking with you, Corey, but I don't agree.
We ain't got to agree on all of them, bub. I fuck with you.
It don't even matter, because you only think love is number one. So,
well, yeah, love is number one. That's not this question, but I think for this question, yeah, like like when I talk to my friends most of the time who are in relationships, or like I feel like a lot of times their significant other, the female counterpart, is being a better partner than the male counterpart. Just my I have to like talk my guy friends up like, hey bro, you tripping? You know what I'm saying? I have to tell them that more often than the females probably have to tell their female friends, hey, you tripping.
Women don't tell each other
they tripping. No woman just because that bank account get low. Trust me when I tell you.
Say that again, I hear you.
We ain't never going to leave our spouse just because that bank account get low. Don't you think that's minute? I don't think that reasoning, that rationale, like would determine who's better at being in a marriage. Who's better? But I'm giving like a petty, like a small example. A woman will pack up and leave us quick. Oh, it's some shit that small. We could have 40 years in the game.
But let's talk about the 40 years then. Who is better during the 40 years? Because we keep focusing on the leaving part, which is like,
I'm still sticking with us.
Let's talk about the 40 years. Who is better the 40 years?
I'm still sticking with us. I'm still riding with the men.
Hey, man.
Oh, no. I mean, Corey brings up, but you think the more logical being starts to want to change the dynamics of the relationship? You think the emotional beings don't start changing? Like you think they stop giving up pussy because what the men are doing?
Like my man Savage, see, he done made so many compromises that he only got a year left before he ready to go back to being the old him, right? And he gonna make the commitments that he done made. He gonna next year the nigga gonna want to go play football. He gonna go hang out with his partner. And he didn't change the structure that they formed, right? And that's gonna change the relationship. But he agreed to that, so it is what it is.
Well,
I'm
Corey,
sorry, sir.
Do you have kids?
No, I do not.
Okay. You think your life will change when you have kids?
I may choose not to have kids, so I don't know. I'm enjoying my life the way it is, so for now, this is what it is.
Don't have no kids, Corey.
But in the hypothetical, do you think that if you had children,
Of course, on some level, if I have new commitments and new people to look after, there's no way my life could ever be the same. It's what it is now. Now I'm totally free.
So you just said earlier to Savage that you're married, but nothing changed for you. But he has kids.
But that's a choice he made, right? So it doesn't have to. So being married does not have to lead to change. If you choose to make changes and you choose to put yourself in other situations, it can. But marriage in itself does not have to lead to change. It hasn't led to change for me. Now, he made some other choices besides marriage.
What do you mean? Marriage changes shit every day. Like you go into marriage with change.
That's why I said yet.
I mean, I dated my wife for 2 years before we got married. So whatever we was doing, the same way I was the 2 years before we got married, is the same way I am now.
If you don't change in your marriage, that shit is not gonna work.
It was nothing to change. Yeah, we were already living our like. I don't have to make any compromises in my lifestyle to be married. My wife accepts me for who I am and the way I am, and the things that I do and the things that I enjoy doing, and I still do all of them.
I'm with Corey once again.
Cool with that?
Say what?
You fuck other bitches and she cool with that?
I have no desire to fuck other bitches, so I like my wife.
But you wasn't doing that before.
For the 2 years before we got married, when we were dating, I was only interacting with my wife. Yes, I was. So, and I continued that after we got married. So I had gave up fucking bitches long before my wedding day.
Okay, but you talking about like simple shit like playing pool and hanging out with the guys.
You talked about fucking bitches. I just talked about fucking bitches.
No, I'm saying, but so what you're referring to though is the simple shit. Like
I'm talking about all this shit. Not talking about all this shit. My freedoms, right? I can go hang out right now. If Hamp called me at 12 o'clock and be like, "You want to go out?" I'm like, "I'm on the way." I don't have to compromise those things, right? I didn't compromise those before I got married. I don't compromise them now. So it could be whatever you're talking about. I don't have to make any changes to my life because I was comfortable in who I was and my wife was comfortable in who I was and the things I did before we got married. And we just carried those things along after we signed the sheet of paper.
Okay, so but she doesn't change anything either.
No.
Y'all just the same.
Yeah.
And y'all gonna be like that as long as y'all don't have kids or make any changes.
We're gonna be like that until we decide not to be like that.
So will that be changing your roles?
With y'all in a decade, I want to check back in with you because
the roles was the same way before we got married. That's why we got married. I'm like, oh, okay, she doing this shit now. Might as well marry her.
Right, and it kept going on. You just keep going.
You don't think people grow different types of requirements once they get married though? Like maybe you gotta, tell her where you going before you leave a little more than you used to, or y'all living in the same house now, so now it's just like, okay, like where you going, where you at?
Who's already living in the same house?
So that's not.
You've been married since before all this shit started happening in the world.
I only been married for 11 years, but we've been together for 22 of them things.
Right, your old ass. You don't even count.
We speaking about married people tonight, right? How I don't count.
Marriage is probably, a little bit more easier to adjust to 11 years ago than now.
What Corey did better than most men is he did not concede or subscribe to any of that stuff after he got married. That's where most of us start to mess up. Be letting a woman question us about where we going, this, that, and the third. That's where we make a mistake because originally it wasn't like that. but they think because as you get closer, they deserve to know these things that didn't even really matter. It wasn't an issue, but now because you married or closer, now it becomes an issue. So I will applaud Corey for that.
Yeah, but he also doesn't.
I'm out, yo. I'm out.
He doesn't have kids.
Yeah.
What that means, Savage?
No, but
because if you have kids, you're gonna have to give some of that up.
Listen, no, you don't. Your kids is protected. They with your wife. Like, if you want to go hang out with the boys, you know your kids is safe because they with the wife.
But going back to what Hamp was,
I'm out. I'll see you in a few. I'm out.
But going back to what Hamp was saying about being questioned, you're gonna have to let your wife know more of when you're gonna be home, roughly, because you have kids.
We were letting her know before. Kids ain't changing shit. I'm out. The same people I was going with before we had these kids, I'm going with them again. I'm out. I'll see you in a few.
But the practicality of it, though, like let's say you going to XYZ, somebody got basketball practice. Hey, where you going? Oh, I'm going to XYZ bar. Oh, Timmy at basketball practice down the street. Can you pick him up? Shit like that. That might make practical sense when kids are involved. You know what I mean?
Hey, and I want to add too, the thing about Corey's situation is that him and his wife are aligned too. So they both went in knowing that this is how it's going to be. This is our expectation. And they stuck to it. If she was to go now and change, which I don't believe I don't know, but if she was to go now and change, now that'll provide a different dynamic that they would have to work through. But that's why alignment is so important too.
She ain't changing.
Yeah, he. Hey, love, you want to read this? No?
Ooh. I don't read, bitch.
What?
Wow.
Anybody want to read with some enthusiasm for the 20 ball or what?
Shit like that.
Gunny was popping with the 20 ball. Oh, I can't say woohoo. Alec, can you say woohoo? Mary?
No,
Yo, you just said it.
With enthusiasm. Oh, this panel sucks, man. Alex and Mary, two feminine chosen women on the panel. Ooh. Q offers a unique perspective. Love represents delusional modern women.
Wow.
Looks like a diverse panel. Appreciate you. T.O. what's good with the $10? Yeah, man. Appreciate it. For the hood. John the Baptist with the $5. You have to be happy for it to count. That is crazy to me. Who did he address him when he sent that? Mike Brown with the $5. That's where irreconcilable differences came about. It's subjective as hell, Master Corey. Yeah, that nigga was talking like that. True Impact with the 20 ball, man. Somebody read this one?
Shit like that.
I'll read that one. Thank you, True Impact, for 1999. Gunny is also representing feminism and bitch assness on the panel.
Wow.
Stop being catty and pull your tampon out.
Who said that?
Love adding some shit.
That's what I saw. Y'all didn't see that?
Yeah, I didn't see that part. I'm sure it was on there.
Hey. So, all right. So, Alex, who's better, men or women?
If we're going off of the percentages, I would say men. But I will agree with Corey when it comes to actually being a spouse. I think women are a little bit better. We are emotionally supportive. And I think women generally, we grow emotionally. And I think for those situations where...
All right, let me ask you a question real quick. Who's better at marriage, men or women?
I already told you, Hamp. I said men.
Men, but
talking about commitment.
If she's better within the marriage, being a spouse, that's the action.
Okay, so then within women.
Well, I'm just asking. So what gets her to the point of leaving? Is it because within the marriage, men ain't doing enough?
I think it comes from a lack of growing together and a woman being tired. I think women, we are very expressive, and you get tired of having to repeat yourself. It's feeling like I'm no longer growing in the situation. I'm not supported. I may be supporting you in all of your endeavors, but are you supporting me? I think when it becomes a situation where things aren't reciprocated, that women become tired, and we decide, okay, I've had enough.
Yeah. I think there's a flaw in what you guys see as reciprocation too. I think I often see women act like because you cooking and cleaning every day, you ain't getting what you're supposed to get. And very rarely do I take out trash or ever go outside. But men will clean up a little something or wash a couple dishes. But I think you guys look at it in a way that makes it look like you getting the short end of the stick more often than I think you are. Mary, one word answer, men or women, what you think?
Women.
Women? Like you ain't believe it.
Because it's the being the spouse and the being committed part that are like so different to me.
Is commitment very important to you?
Yes.
Is that number one?
Yes.
So who's better at marriage then, if from your perspective, if commitment is absolutely number one?
It would be men.
Fucking flip flopping like a motherfucker. I'm gonna call you windshield wiper. Christ, man. Bub, I can't, man. These fucking boy. This is like pulling teeth in this motherfucker, man. Bub, what say you? Who's better, men or women?
Men. I said my piece. Men. I ain't backpedaling. My ankle's too fat for that.
Savage. After all the commentary, what do you say?
Men.
Men. Love.
Bruh.
I'm sorry, come on, mute. Men.
Men. Chief.
Men.
Q.
Oh shit. Yeah, still based on the first answer. We saying marriage is based on commitment. Y'all don't go nowhere. So men.
Corey.
Or women.
Mr. White.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch and say women.
Wow.
Yo, this is sick.
What?
Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps.
This nigga sounds so disgusted.
Yo, man, this flip flop.
Yes.
Now, let me be fair. If people are learning throughout the conversation, then you can have a difference of opinion. So I respect that. Black America with the $2 can only be selfish so long. Your woman will change. Damn, man. All right, so what was the consensus? One, so men are better is the consensus on the panel. But I am thinking about Corey's point in terms of within a marriage, how consistent are women, how consistent aren't men. But I do think that people overemphasize on what women are asked to do on a daily basis. I feel like if a motherfucker break in your house once and you stop him, you go down in history. That fucking pasta ain't going down in history. I don't give a fuck. So, maybe just me, man. All right, let me see. I was thinking about this. I'm gonna use myself. I don't know if I would marry myself. I ain't gonna hold you. Nigga, I'm not that easy. Like, I got a lot of rules and regulations. And I got a bad temper. My mom said I never had an idea that wasn't mine. You know what I mean? So I don't know. This shit's like uphill. If I'm shooting the club up, I don't miss. Like, everything go haywire, nigga. You miss one pill, you get two babies. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is crazy, man. So I think I got a lot of good traits, but goddamn, if you put all this shit on the
too.
Mary, can I finish my? I know you don't understand podcasting. You've been going for a second. I'm monologuing to bring in the question. You unmute to say something that was uneventful. It fucks everything up. You see what I'm saying? Jesus Christ.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
That's the Corey. This is how niggas start acting when they get to 10,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Mary. You fucked me up. You cut me off. I mean, you cut me off. I cut you off while I was talking, apparently. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, I'm shocked you was married too.
God, this.
All right, back to you, Hap. So you wouldn't marry yourself? Why not? Come on.
I was just assessing if I would. I didn't make a definitive statement, but if I put all my pros and cons on a scale on either side, that shit might just balance. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's going to tip with the pros necessarily if you assess yourself in real time. You know? But maybe by the answer you guys answer, I might be able to come with an answer. Will you marry you, Corey?
Of course, in a heartbeat.
I would not marry you, bro.
After the first day, I'd marry me. If a woman know what was good for her, the second she seen me, she ought to marry me. I'm a catch. I'm what you've been looking for. You know, I check off all the boxes. You know, it's what it is.
Can I ask a follow-up question?
Yeah.
Stop the cap.
Go ahead, love.
I mean, this is for everybody, all the married people. Would you marry you? And if so, why? I want to know the why. Like, what do you offer?
So Corey said yes. I didn't know, love. I don't know. But Corey said yes. So why, Corey?
Why, Corey?
Again, I think I check off all the boxes. You know, I have a lot of good qualities. I think some of the most important things that I bring are probably I'm very thoughtful and considerate and caring. Loving.
Stop the cap.
You
want answers. I want the truth.
Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it, bro.
Thoughtful. I'm proactive. I'm thoughtful.
All right. So one time we playing. Be quiet. One time, be quiet. One time we playing football in Atlantic City. It's brick as shit outside, right? So
it's a true story. Come on, I got a reason for this, but continue.
He got a chick that he was dating back then with him. It's brick as hell. He come running inside. She got a heavy ass bag and all that. He make her carry the bag. He don't open her door, and he leave her outside with the bag while it was cold.
He didn't like her.
I can explain. That's not true. I did like her, but you know, I think at times women are so inconsiderate that they don't think about you know, they're not like proactive thinkers, right? So like for me, before I leave the house, like I check the forecast to make sure I'm dressed properly. If I'm going somewhere, I weigh my bags to make sure I can carry the motherfucker before I bring it. You know what I'm saying? Women don't do that. They just bring the bag and want you to carry the motherfucker because they can't carry it, right? So I put a lot of thought into my day, into my actions to make sure that I'm
wow.
And a lot of times women don't, and then they want you to pick up their slack. They're like, all right, yeah, I packed 10 bags, nigga. You carry them other 9. I'm gonna get the 1. Like,
do you pick up your current wife's slack?
So I have some expectation that she does like the minimum, but if something goes above and beyond, sure. But if it's gonna be 20 degrees outside and she comes without a jacket, she gonna be cold because I ain't giving her mine. I check the weather.
I'm calling that.
Please stop that.
Hit the button.
He's not capping though. I seen him in action.
No, not with I don't want to say her name, but not with your current wife. No,
yeah. Oh, yes, it is. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, hey, look, I came prepared. I'm an adult. I believe in like personal accountability. You got to be an adult with me. We don't have kids, and we don't want none right now. I need no dependents.
No, I get it. You have the right one. I think you guys are totally aligned because she likes that, she accepts it, and y'all are perfect. Like that's a good match.
Any woman that can't accept being an adult is definitely not my type of woman.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all are a match for real.
It sounds like you would like to not have to be an adult all the time and have the man, come in and be.
I just gave you a compliment. I just sat there and said, "You have your match." Is what I said.
It was a backhanded compliment. I didn't appreciate that compliment.
Sorry.
It was a backhanded compliment. Next person.
Now ain't no next question. Because you're not thoughtful. Because if you're thoughtful, then it wouldn't matter this is your definition. I would love to talk to her. In all honesty, I would love for her to come on here. I know we can't have other spouses on here. Does she agree with your synopsis or your description why you're a good spouse. I would love to hear that. I know.
Yeah, so I'm thoughtful. Like if I go out to the store or something, boom, I might get something I know she wants or something I heard her say she needs. Right? That's being thoughtful.
Okay,
Me letting her wear my coat when she forgot to pack her coat, even though it was obviously 20 degrees outside, is not being thoughtful. Like that's something else, right? That's me making up for her lack of preparation.
Making me laugh. Okay. All right. Can we go to the next? I'm gonna ask a woman now. Okay.
He's not. Yeah, Corey, you are not thoughtful.
I am thoughtful. I do thoughtful shit all the time.
No, you don't.
Yes, I am. I'm like, what can I do today? What can I do today to brighten my woman's day? That's what I wake up and think like that sometimes. And then I go out and
giving her your jacket ain't one of them things.
Nah, because you gotta be that again. I expect adults to be adults and be prepared for their day. Right? Thoughtful shit is shit that you know what I'm saying. Us other shit.
So Corey, what do you feel about the dudes who used to put their coat over a puddle so she could step over it?
Stupid. why would you ever dirty up your nice ass coat? So like wait, what is this? Like first off, like absolutely not. Never in here. I'm not.
Damn.
You sound like an idiot.
Because I don't want to dirty up I don't want to muddy up my coat. so your shoes can stay clean. I sound like an idiot. No, you sound like you want me to be an idiot and fuck up my shit so you can advance. Oh, we good. You should have came prepared. You should have worn the rain boots, nigga. You sound like an idiot. Your Air Force is about to get muddy.
Because you're a married man sounding like a single dude. You sound like an idiot.
No, I'm married to an adult. So we have two adults that came together to be bigger adults. I didn't marry a kid, a dependent, someone who can't think for themselves, someone who can't wake up and be prepared for themselves. I married an adult who's more than capable of waking up and being an adult. And we combine together to have one great ass adult life.
Corey, you saw the other forecast that day. She didn't see it, right? So you know it's about to be nasty outside. And you notice that she doesn't have an appropriate shoes. Are you going to tell her? You just going to let her walk outside like that?
I might tell her. I mean, I'm not on a mission to be an asshole, but if for some reason we get out there and she's not prepared, you know what I'm saying? Like as an adult, I wake up and prepare every day for my day. Like I don't just walk out the motherfucking house without shit, right? I don't have nobody nobody's gonna have my ass when I'm not prepared, right? I'm a man. I have to be prepared at all times. I'm an adult.
But that's a part of marriage, though. That's a part of marriage, bringing that balance. Like if you're married to somebody and you forget something and you're like, hey, babe, what happened to such and such? Or what was it? Remind me what I have to do. That's not the fact that you're not being adult or they're not being adult. It's just like this shit slipped my mind with everything going on, but I got my thoughts to balance it out.
Don't not slip my mind. Like before I leave the house, I check and make sure I got my keys, my wallet, and my cell phone. I never leave the house without it. I never get out and be like, oh shit, I don't have my wallet, right? I'm prepared.
That's you. But that's you. That's
I want someone who's equally prepared.
But let me ask a question though. Let me ask a question. If let's say you go out to a football game or basketball game, well, outside, right? So a football game unprepared, and your husband doesn't give you his coat, do you feel some type of way? Mary, this dead air. God, please, man. These niggas is terrible.
No, I wouldn't, because chances are
you sitting there shivering and he's sweating.
He's already out. He's gonna be like, hey, it's cold. It's so many times where my husband be like,
I didn't say that. If you let's say you wore a sweater, you cold, he got a jacket, he see you over there shivering. He's sweaty as a motherfucker because he prepared. If he don't give you his coat, are you gonna feel some type of way?
I don't think I would, but I also don't think that he would not give me his jacket.
That's the point. You're not even worried about it because you know that the provision will come from him if you fuck up. And that's what Corey's addressing.
Right,
but
you have an entitlement. You assume that you're gonna be warm and he's gonna be cold.
Right, but he's also making it in a way where it's like you're not an adult if some shit like that happens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're not an adult.
I'm not expecting it, but me knowing who my husband is, of course he's gonna make sure I'm good first. You get what I'm saying?
But that's what he's saying though. He's saying that women are careless in their actions and packing their bags, because all she thinking is my husband gonna make sure I'm good, so I can overpack, I cannot prepare. He's saying that you both have to do adulting.
Yes.
So Corey,
shut up.
But how many times do men forget shit and leave shit and don't know their fucking schedules? And women are like, oh, it's like, damn, I left the house without this, babe. Can you come bring me this real quick? It doesn't make you any less of an adult. It's just like, man, I have somebody that has my back just in case at that moment I'm forgetting. People have a lot of shit going on day to day. If you can't rely on your spouse, that does not need to be your spouse.
But Mary, remember, love is his foundation. So
that's right.
That's talking like that.
Yeah, see, I just married somebody I needed to love. I don't need no assistance. You know what I'm saying? I'm an adult. I don't need nobody to come bring me my lunch because I left it. I don't need nobody to come bring me my keys because I'm locked out my car. I just married somebody just to love and have fun with it.
So,
y'all need
you
assistance.
You ain't into the protect and provide? That ain't your game?
Protection, sure. We'd have to discuss what providing means.
Sure.
And what's protection?
That modern shit. This that modern shit y'all be talking about. This that modern shit that y'all be talking about. This is
that adult shit. I don't know. Hey, again.
Of that modern shit that y'all be talking about.
First, I didn't give an answer to the question. I said we would have to discuss what providing looks like before I gave an answer to the question. So I didn't answer the question. But I am here for protection for sure. But,
so protecting your wife from the cold don't count?
Oh, no. Nah, that doesn't. If that's how you define protection, then no, I'm not here. I'm not here to protect her from the cold, from puddles, from any other things that she could have foresaw coming in her future. No.
Cause he a modern ass nigga.
So that's Corey, cool. So
I like being modern. I like modern furniture. I got a modern house. I like modern shit.
So Corey, if y'all went out and you got the app on the phone, right? It shows no signs of rain at all, not forecast at all. Pop-up shower happened. She just outside fucked up in the rain while you covered and you good. If you happen to have a jacket or something.
So we don't have to like try to play like I'm being an ass. So in that case, I might make some provisions. So maybe I can go to the car, bring the car to her, right? So she doesn't have to walk in the rain, right? I don't have to be an ass. But if there's some situation where I came prepared, I put the coat on. So clearly I knew something. I didn't just wear the motherfucker just because.
So right? Wait, so Q, you say he's an asshole if she in the rain?
Yeah, it could have been his suit jacket. That's not you being prepared and being an adult. You sound like an asshole. That could be his suit jacket, and then it's happened to rain. She just outside fucked up.
I mean, so again, I can go bring the car to her. I don't know where I'm gonna like suffer for your lack of preparation. I don't really see that in my future. If somebody's gonna suffer for your lack of preparation, it's gonna be you.
So then, adding on to Q's point, it's she didn't bring her coat and then she gets sick. Are you going to say, no, you're an adult, you need to take care of yourself? You should have had that on. That's why you over here sick, and because you didn't use the coat.
I mean, y'all can try to paint me out to be the bad guy.
Are you going to say no, you don't?
Would I? Probably not. If she's sick, I mean, I'll do what I do when she's sick. I don't blame the, because the sickness could have came from anywhere.
Anywhere, huh?
But yeah, hey, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm tripping. I'm over here expecting my woman to be prepared and be an adult. I'm fucking tripping. My bad. I'm tripping. My fucking bad.
Sinead with the $5. Don't forget anything, Corey, because you slip up on anything. Her response needs to be, "Oh well, should have remembered." Keep it pushing, sis.
I do not. I don't forget anything.
Sinead Fulton with the $5. I thought men are supposed to protect. What happened, Corey? Hemp, get your man's.
Protect you from danger, not protect you from the elements.
How old are you, Corey?
I'm not protecting you from the elements, nigga. I'm protecting you from danger, harm, intruders.
How old are you, Corey?
I'm in my 40s.
You at that age you don't say the number no more?
I don't care. 43. I mean, I just hey, if I'm gonna put all my in the world like that, but I can have some privacy.
You old, man. That's it.
Nigga,
damn,
stole my identity or something out here fucking around with you.
No, ain't nobody know you.
Right.
God damn, man. So Corey,
that's why he thinks shit gonna stay the same. He ain't got that much time left.
Hey,
Yeah, he old. He got about
the time I have left gonna be enjoyable with an adult. Right? Somebody.
Right, man. He got about 15, 60 more years. He out of here.
It's back every day.
Yeah, he probably lived about 64, 65.
Corey's pretty healthy. Don't do him. Corey's healthy. He's gonna live.
I got plenty of time to work out and shit
Yeah,
and eat good and all that good stuff.
Corey's
You know?
healthy.
Savage, would you marry you?
Hell no.
Why?
Criminal history, face tats, 2 baby moms, bad temper, hard to get don't like people, very disagreeable. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I got a lot of bad traits. My wife's sitting right here. She wanted to wait for this part of the section to hear what I had to say.
Damn. Man, that don't sound like a good package.
It didn't sound like a good package. Oh.
Well, there's
It
upsides.
sound like terrible.
No, there's
What's
upsides.
the upside? Yeah, please tell us the upside.
Well, I'm a great father. My wife doesn't have to work. When she wants stuff done around the house or whatnot, I try to make time to get it done. Like, there are things that I do for her, but I have, a lot of bad things. Like, to get to know me, you'd have to get to know me first. Like, if you're just looking
are you romantic?
Not really.
No. Do you kiss?
Yeah.
Only when you leave and come home, or do you like, hey babe, you look good this morning with your breath and all that?
I get up before she does usually to leave for work, and I usually come home at night. So there's not a whole
When
lot.
she cooking in the kitchen, do you slap her butt when you walk by?
I slap her butt anytime I walk by, but I do most of the cooking.
Okay.
That's our agreement.
Well, cooking is. I mean, if you do cooking, that's something.
Yeah, she does the baking, I do the cooking.
Yeah, huh? Like cookies and shit.
Yeah, like she'll bake pies, cakes.
Oh,
like
right.
she'll bake, and then I cook everything.
Man. Yeah, I mean your cons definitely outweigh your pros, but hey, you got a few.
Yeah.
Okay, paying them bills. Okay,
yeah, it worked out.
So, all right, so Savage, hey, I think I might get the things out of Savage. We'll see as y'all keep answering. Love, stop nodding. Bub, would you marry you?
Hey, I'm gonna go the same route Savage went and you went. Hell no.
God damn.
Wow.
Hell no.
Why not?
Because I'm like you, T-Ham. If my shit come with we would have to have some stipulations or some type of prenup. Because I'm an asshole, yo.
Yeah.
It's either my way or no way. I'm not romantic. I'm not really that like compassionate. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when like when people die, I don't be like, yo, my condolences. I don't do none of that type of shit.
Yeah.
I don't know how to console. You know what I'm saying? With the kids, I bark on kids, and I don't beat, but I bark on kids in a minute. Go sit your ass down.
Yeah.
You gonna do what I say, or it's nothing at all. Like, I'm very, very stern and I'm direct. I don't fuck around.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
A lot of times, like, I mean, like, I don't got time for games.
Yeah.
I'm straight to the point. Like, let's get to it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not fun. Like it may not be fun to be around us all the time.
Yeah, but with all that being said though, but we love hard though, and we provide hard. But we know we assholes though.
Yeah.
When we met our chicks, we came off as assholes, but they they love us though for that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we met them this way, so they accepting of it.
That's
you know
true. That's true. When I yell at the girls, right? I leave, I come back. My wife and them sitting on the couch. I said, "Man, all three of y'all got in trouble." Crazy.
It is. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, y'all, that's real shit.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like
So
that.
Master Corey, even though he said he would marry himself, there's no way he gonna leave himself out in the cold. He ain't married himself. Fuck out of here, nigga.
Dude, I'm gonna be prepared. So I'm not gonna have to face those consequences.
Man, hold this, man.
Put him in a fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
Shit. What? Mary? Would you marry you?
Dependent ass niggas. I would need somebody else for everything.
Hell yeah, I would marry me.
Why?
Because I'm dedicated. I cook very well, extremely well. I'm a caterer.
Stop the cap.
That's not playing. You better
Nobody want that fusion food.
What?
You try to cook Puerto Rican food with soul food. Nobody want that shit.
First of all, I know how to cook food from a lot of different cultures. But
Collard
besides
greens and empanadas. Go ahead.
besides that, I'm naturally a caterer. So none of that is like forced for me. Like anything that I do for my husband, having his clothes out, iron, steam for work, you know, ensure that his plate is ready when he comes from work, things like that.
No standard though. You ain't doing nothing special.
I'm a great for why it don't happen.
What you mean?
So why everybody not doing it?
I ain't made a plate in ages.
You say you
I don't even know where the spoons and forks are at the house.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Your wife, right?
Huh?
That's how you structured your wife, though, right?
What I'm saying is you naming regular shit. You ain't doing no superhero shit.
Well, what do you consider superhero shit?
Wow, you made a plate. Who gives a fuck?
Okay, but you know how many niggas complain that the plate ain't made? You know how many niggas that complain that they don't have
Well, I learned this from Q. Mr. White, does your wife make your plate? Can you unmute? These niggas don't know how to fucking podcast. This shit is crazy, bro. Can you say it audibly, please?
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, my wife make my plate.
Bub, your wife make your plate?
Nah, like 10% of the time. Nah.
Well, you might be right. You might be on to something, Mary. Master Corey, does your wife make your plate?
0% of the time.
Never.
Yeah, I don't even eat together.
Nah, but for real though.
Now we eat together, but I make my own shit though.
So when y'all go out, you make your own plate too?
Go out?
When we you mean go out? Eating?
You go to a cookout. You go to like a cookout or something.
Bro, I'm the life of the party. I'm the first in line. I don't gotta wait for my wife. Yo, give me that. We don't gotta know each other. That I'm eating. It's time to eat. I'm eating. Yeah.
Like Bub on, yeah. My wife never makes my plate. I don't think she's ever made my plate. Probably. Yeah, I doubt it. I don't think she's ever made my plate since I've known her.
You gonna let her freeze? Savage. Does your wife make your plate?
Yeah. I can do for myself. She can do for herself.
Yeah. So my wife will make my plate. It just depends. Like before this, I came home from work at like 8:00, and then I started to do my schoolwork, and she brought me a plate. But it just depends on like I'm always working, so sometimes she's laying down. And I fix my own plate when she's in bed.
Damn, Mary might be doing some superhero shit. Chief,
yo,
when you had a girlfriend 10, 20 years ago, did she make your plate?
Yeah, she did.
Damn. Okay.
I told you it ain't happening no more. Ain't nobody getting. I get up.
Nah. Pipe down,
What?
Mary. You still doing some regular shit. Trust me.
No,
You doing some regular shit. Hey, because my wife do. Hey, yo, trust me. My wife may not make no plate, but she do go above and beyond. That motherfucking meal be ready every day though. When I get home, I tell you that.
Same here.
Be ready.
Same here. My husband. If we go to the gym at 4:00 in the morning, by the time when he get back, if he go without me, by the time he get back, his protein shake is made, his lunch for work is made, and fresh breakfast is made. Monday through Friday.
Damn,
whatever he's thinking of, I'm already.
The neck roll, nigga.
His clothes is steamed and folded and ready for the next day for work.
And we eat together every day. And she make 3 separate meals every day. 3.
First off, he's lying.
Shit like that. Shit like that.
My wife down here. That's a fact. We don't all eat the same shit. That's a fact. They eat meat.
The restaurant don't make 3 meals a day every day, nigga. The restaurant got a day off, nigga.
Yo, that's a fact. She make 3 separate meals every day.
What do y'all feel like what do you feel like is extraordinary from a
Let's
woman?
see. Well, let's see what Alex does, and then maybe we'll get a compilation of some good shit. Right now, you want some regular shit. You want some regular wife shit. All right, Alex.
Yes, ma'am.
She nervous as a motherfucker.
No.
Would you marry you?
Absolutely. Yes.
Now hold on, now Alex. You got a savings plan. You got an escape plan.
Yes,
You
I
don't want
would.
nobody to do nothing for you.
You
Like
got me laughing.
that's the shit, man. I might want to be dealing with that.
Whatever. I wouldn't
So-
have accepted it. I wouldn't have accepted the marriage proposal if I didn't feel like I was ready. In the reverse, right? I think I had to do the work to get to where I am to want to be a wife. So whether it had been with him, and I'm fortunate and blessed and happy that it was with him, I still would have been good because I did the work. And not to be extra or be like that, but I'm here to elevate in said situation and relationship. And that's something that you make your husband. Elevate.
that
Like
mean?
I feel like you be help you to be your best self. And I think
Is
you
that
should
right?
when you are in a partnership, when you are in a relationship. Yep.
Okay, so if he was an A, you make him an A plus.
Yep. A++.
How does that work? What does that look like?
There's always room for improvement. So
How
whether
does that work? What does it look like?
whether
Like, what do
that's
you do?
whether that's sitting down and freaking with you, okay, like what could we have done to be better or to do better? Whatever you want to do, I'm here to support it, but I'm also going to be honest with you about it. Like, now that's not the best decision. Maybe we should have went about it this way. But in doing that and not making you feel stupid for it, like I'm here to encourage you to be better. Is that basic for you, Ham?
Yeah,
We're gonna think whatever we say is basic because he
Right.
Oh,
Because I hate that question of what makes you
now
better.
here's the ill part, Mary. The fellas said it. I ain't have to jump down their throat. Pause. Except for Master Corey, and he was on the chopping block for 30 minutes. I'm just saying that you cooking and cleaning that's regular shit.
But you cut me off after I said the first couple basic things. But
Nah, Mary, I know you. You say the same thing over and over.
how many times we've been on podcasts and niggas is saying they not getting home cooked meals?
Man, how about that? How about that Tmbr? Did you mention that on the cons list? Jesus Christ!
Wait, let me get to none of that. There's a lot of pros that come with this con shit,
Big ass nose.
but I still would fucking marry me.
What's the cons? Tell us those. All right, come on.
My cons is I'm not that agreeable. I'm very outspoken.
Go ahead.
And
You got bad temper.
I actually don't.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
I don't have
You like to fight dudes.
I would if I have to.
You think you tough.
I am tough.
See what I mean? Yeah, let's build this list up. You jump back out there. Now we out there now.
Baby, you don't wash those.
I think my biggest con is just I'm not that agreeable. Like
That's terrible.
you're gonna have
That's the worst thing, Mary.
no, it's not. Being agreeable is not gonna help somebody grow. Being agreeable is not gonna make somebody think about the other side of shit.
We don't need you to challenge us on it. The world is challenging enough. We don't need to come home and you acting like you're supposed to question me on some shit. That don't make sense.
Why do you feel like not being agreeable is questioning somebody? No, there's conversations that can be had about things that I do not like, or if you're trying to do one thing and it's like, well, maybe blah 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 blah. Like I am very solution based. You know what I'm saying?
But you say you're not agreeable. Being agreeable doesn't mean you don't have an opinion.
No, I feel like people that are agreeable are like yes people.
Damn, man, your cape fucking withered, man. once you jumped that back out there. Love, you want to ask her a question?
this is a question. Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Not just for Mary, but because you're not. I'm just because you went last, Mary. You're not that agreeable and whatnot. What's your communication style with your husband? Like, how do you guys handle conflict? How do you handle conflict in your marriage?
We just talk, but talk when we talk when we're ready. Well, more so, I'm always ready. So I'm actually more patient with him when he's not ready, because he's never ready to speak immediately.
No, she's capping.
Okay.
Who's capping?
You.
My husband need a 24-hour grace period before he decide to respond, because if he respond immediately, he knows that it's gonna go left.
But you're not agreeable. So you saying, but sometimes you have a grace period?
No, I said I let him have his grace period.
But you're not agreeable though.
Right. So that means me on my end, I want to talk about this shit right now.
That's my point.
Right.
But you saying somehow something in you be like, okay, I'm gonna give you 30 hours.
24.
Stop the cap.
And you bring it back up, or you wait for him to bring it up?
That doesn't mean agreeable. I'm gonna bring it up.
We just chop Mary ass all up, love. Good job, love.
No, I don't get it. Y'all don't get it.
No, we don't. You're right. Alex, what's your cons?
Respect somebody's boundaries. You can still respect somebody's way of how they communicate.
Hey, Bub, you see how they start trying to recover by saying a lot more words? It's over with.
It's over.
Alex, what's your cons?
Well, I feel Mary on we're gonna talk about this right now. He will walk away and let me cool off, let me whatever the case is. But I will go. If we decide we're gonna go there, I will go toe to toe. Like, my mouth is very, very spicy, and then I'm dramatic.
What does that mean? You got spicy mouth, like a disrespectful? Use real words, man.
So
let me read this. Let me gather your thoughts. Let me read the super chat.
Okay.
Only one sneaks _ what's popping with the $5. Women will go out with a little jacket or no jacket just to show off an outfit. And be cold as fuck knowing it's cold outside, or it will get cold. He ain't lying, bro. Ali was good with the $5. They want yes men, but want to be no women. Damn. Grab the real, brother. How the perfect wife not agreeable. So you the leader. Damn. Yeah, Mary, good. God,
y'all don't know my husband. The commenters don't. Y'all haven't seen him. Some people have.
But he did have to put his foot on your neck, remember?
Or I wouldn't be
shit like that.
Damn. All right, Alice, you ready now?
Sure. So when I say spicy, I mean I'm very calculated in what I say. So if I decide, okay, this is what you want, like you want to go there, okay, like we will go there. And so we're gonna argue. Like, I try not to, but if we're gonna go there, like, let's have this conversation. And I've had to learn that's not always appropriate. You don't always. It's not what I say; it's how I say it. And I say it here all the time. And I can get real calm. I'm not going to yell, but I'm going to say something, unfortunately, with the intent of getting you there. Like, I'm going to say,
"Damn, Alex." So what I hear in my head is,
I'm working
like,
on.
when you come in the house late every night, and he like, "Listen, I want to talk about the shit," and you be like, "Well, that's why your mother don't love you, and she didn't want to raise you." What the fuck, like?
Okay, so let me give you an example. I'm not necessarily a yeller, but he will. But like, when you dealt with someone, you could break something. I will be like this. I'll be like, "So you about to yell? So you about to do this? Okay. Do you feel better now?" Like, I will do things like that, and it's not appropriate for me to do. But I'm working on it. You said it's baiting?
Yeah, you baiting him to snap on your ass.
Yeah, that's not right, Alex.
I'm working on it. I'm learning how to argue or disagree better. Like, I don't have to go to that place. But that just comes from me also being calculated. I'm outside. I'm like that even outside of my marriage. Like, with people, like, I won't say much, but if I have to go there with you, because I've been spewing on like do this, I'm gonna say that. You know how people are like, oh, I should have said this after the argument. That is me. But when we decide we're gonna go there, like, well, this is what you want, okay.
So, Alex, how are you actively working on it? You said you're working on it. How are you actively working on being better in that regard?
Being aware that I know that what I say can be hurtful. Like, self-awareness is very big for me. And I know if we go there, like, it's going to open up another can of worms. And also realizing that when I felt what I felt in the moment, I should have said it, but also picking and choosing my battles. Because I know if I decide to go with you, I'm going to warn you first. Whether it's with my marriage or people at work or whatever the case is, like, this is not what you want. I'm giving you an opportunity to calm down. But when you don't, just know that it's going to be a problem.
So let's role play this out. Bub, you arguing with Alex. I want to hear how she giving a warning to a man. Like, go ahead, let me hear this. Go ahead, Bub.
Yo, I told you I don't want my daughter wearing that shit.
You see how I'm looking at you just like this? Now I'm confused. I need to confirm that you were speaking to me. I need to confirm that what you said was what you said and that you were talking to me first. And now that
First, I don't care how you looking at me. I told you I don't want our daughter wearing that shit.
Who are you talking to?
Talking to you.
Not me.
You was here with her, right? You saw her put that shit on. You let her walk out the house with that shit on.
I can't.
Damn, you losing this. You losing this, Alex.
No, I can't.
Her acting is trash, though. Go ahead, Alex.
First of all, it's going to be who you cussing at. Who are you talking to like that? That's the first and the foremost. That's the first and the foremost. Who are you talking to?
Bub is still in character.
It's our daughter.
I'm not in character. I can't.
Huh?
Come on, Alex, because Bub is in character. I want to see this play.
Bub for the win, man. Bub for the win.
I'm going to give you that.
Yo, come on, man. Y'all
Mode,
killing
I
me.
got it. It's a mode.
That was too easy. Damn, you suck at arguing. I would argue with you, shit, just to get a win. My turn.
Corey,
Damn, man.
Crazy.
Damn, so right now, nobody on the panel is a fun Mary. Let's see if shit, nigga, please, Mr. White.
Yeah, I would marry myself.
Wow.
He started grinning and shit.
I would.
Why?
Because I'm a good leader. You know what I'm saying? I serve. I'm aligned, I feel like, with God, so He allows me to provide the things that, you know, my wife and my family need. I'm very aware, I feel like, of my strengths and of my weaknesses. So, yeah, I think those are the reasons why, right? Like my wife, she has a whole MBA, but she prefers to stay home and not work. So I make that happen. If she wanted to work, we can do that. We can go that route too. You know, so
you said you serve your wife. How do you serve your wife?
I serve my wife by trying to understand the things that she needs, right? And figuring out the best way to support her in those ways. So sometimes it's like knowing when she just wants me to listen versus me giving her the, you know, solution. Knowing that she's pregnant right now, so she's super tired. So, okay, when I get up in the morning, let me try to get an extra load in because she takes care of the household. You know, things like that. Knowing she need a break, huh, babe? Go get you a room for the night. That way you can spend some time with yourself and reset, even when it turns into arguments. Because she'd be like, but you home now and I want to spend time with family. No, nigga, leave. Like, go to get your room. Spend some time with yourself. Go walk and look at some flowers or something because she loves the, you know, outside. So
stop the cap.
Nah,
he husband of the year, man.
He really is.
No.
This nigga scared.
I might send my wife over you. Damn, goddamn, you buy a room.
Nah.
This nigga scared.
Nah, so that's just the good stuff. The good stuff always sounds good.
Wait. Let me chop this fable. You send her out the house like, yo, go stay somewhere else for the night.
No, that was just one thing. So it was other stuff too. When I'm
no. I heard the other shit you said.
No, I'm talking about. No, but I'm talking about it's other things that I have to make her do. So on the weekends when I'm not
Watch your
working,
tone,
she doesn't.
Playboy.
On the
Watch your tone,
weekends
Playboy.
when I'm not working, she doesn't want to do anything. So it's other things like, yo, go get your nails and eyebrows done. But
Okay,
she's like, hey, the
that-
family is all here. But the most recent thing was she needed a night to herself because she would get up with our son. So I'm like, no. So we planned for her to do the room, and then she tried to cancel. And I'm like, nah, go to the room. Go sleep on the bed. You got the bed to yourself. Don't got to worry about no baby. Like, go. You go.
So that was a one-off.
Yeah, that was a one-off.
He still got the trophy, man. That boy husband of the year. Hey.
Nah.
Because I was gonna call Cap. If you can't go out of town without you, you said like what 9 months ago. So I was gonna call Cap. You said that was a one-off. So okay, I'm gonna leave you alone on that one.
I mean, the hotel walking distance, the Marriott right there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna let my wife go in the guest bedroom for the night. Say, just take your time, babe.
Nah, so we got too many kids. So.
Kids suck. Hold on, hey, I'm not done with you.
Oh, that's a good one. Dang.
I'll leave with the $5. All this fake advertisement of wife material, but no rings. We don't believe you. You need more people. Oh,
What are you talking about?
Right,
Married
what are
Alex
you
are married. What's he talking about?
what impact of the $10?
An idiot.
You men keep being fooled. A real woman knows of. What does that mean?
Faux, a fake. Faux.
Fake. Oh. You men keep being fooled. The real woman knows. What's she saying? What you saying? They bluffing? Mary ain't cooking and cleaning every night. Is that what she's saying?
Baby
Ask
making
my husband.
niggas.
If my husband,
Mary,
listen,
the DiGiorno don't count now. All right.
Listen,
That don't mean you made a piece. All
Hey,
right,
man,
making sure.
I'm just trying. Hey, Mr. White, that boy doing a lot.
Nah.
Mike Brown was $2. This is a baby making podcast. Jeez, no, it ain't. Now, what's your cons, Mr. White?
All right, I got a lot of those, but I'm only gonna give you like 2 or 3. All right, so I think one thing is like my intellect sometimes to where I won't take the time to explain things to her or some of my decisions to where she can understand it. So at times she may feel
That nigga
like
just honest, he too smart. Yo, this nigga
no, it's just well, it's
yo, this
my
nigga was
wife.
husband of the year. His only kindness, he too smart.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is my intellect in terms of the way I see things. Sometimes I don't take the time to give it to her in a way that she can understand it. So that's what I mean. She moves really like slow and can do things one at a time. Like that's her strength. Mine, I move 1,000,000 times a minute, and sometimes I don't slow down enough for her so we can be on the same page. So I'm not saying going fast or going slow is one is better than the other. So I'll say that. And then I just work a lot. You know, I'll say that. Them might be my only negatives, though.
This nigga con.
You had a lot. No, you said you had a lot. And you ain't Corey.
Hey,
You
bro.
had a lot, Adrian. You ain't
He's too smart.
Hey, he worked too hard.
I did not say I'm too smart.
His cons are he's too smart and he works a lot.
He works hard.
I bet his next one he's too handsome.
Yo, that nigga definitely husband of the year.
Nah.
If your cons are that you too smart and you work too hard, you definitely husband.
And I'll say this, and I'm considerate. I'm considerate sometimes, right? But like a lot of times, I move to make shit get taken care of. So sometimes she might feel like I don't care because I don't make enough time for her specifically.
Hey, that's the same nigga that won't get a baby his kidney.
They're like Hampton.
Huh?
At the kids,
the same
like Hampton.
Yo, man, this nigga, all his stuff is he works too hard, he's too smart, he gets things done before she knows. This nigga, come on, man.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come
Ain't this the same nigga who won't get a baby his kidney?
Yeah, that's him.
That got nothing to do with the wife. I give my wife my kidney though.
Yo, Corey, you gotta put the pillow down, bro.
No, I had to watch the movie. This nigga had good shit going on. I had to pull up and watch this movie. That nigga had me intrigued. I about to pop some popcorn and shit.
Yo, I've never seen somebody cons be pros. That shit's crazy.
I'm too hard working.
That's the cap.
the cap.
Yo, all right, just
Hey,
mute.
that's the shit you say at the job interview, man.
Right, that's what I thought of. The job interview. Your weaknesses.
What's your weaknesses? Yeah, I work too hard. I'm too loyal.
Yeah, that nigga.
Nah, I got to do better with Not loyalty. I say with some of my boundaries is not the best sometimes. They're getting better though.
With other women?
Yeah.
No. So how are you? So has that been an issue before?
Not a big one sometimes. So you know how they say like a man could just be having a conversation with a woman and a woman is like, oh, she wants you, and it's like, nigga, we just having a conversation. What are you talking about? But the woman feel like it could be more. So just because a line wasn't crossed, it could still feel like, yo, she don't need to be reaching out to you or, you know, certain type of conversations you have.
Man, this nigga next Connors, his game is so strong.
Right.
All the way.
I'm just saying.
This nigga is
He can't lose. He's amazing, bro.
No,
His
but hold
next
on. But
cons
first
are
of all,
supposed to be he's got too much money to count.
No,
Instead
but
of time.
this is what y'all have to remember too.
Yeah.
I was divorced, so I already failed at it. So I went through all of that. Then too, I'm a therapist that works with couples. So I literally see all of these different things. So I know what to implement. I don't always implement it, but I know. So that's what I have over a lot of people.
Hey, you spent too much money on the marble.
I'm just saying. Nah, I mean,
that's a con.
All right, man, leave him alone, man.
You shouldn't have wasted the money on the second pull.
Yeah, he buy too much good shit. He buy Wonder Bread instead of store brand. That's just fucking.
I don't do the groceries. She buy the groceries. You know what I'm
all right, thanks. That's one thing you don't do.
Got too much game. All the women think he's trying to holler. He just trying to see what the time is.
Kim, I have a question for the panel at large. Can I ask it, or do you have another one that you want to put on the ticker tape?
Will you marry you? Don't you do it now.
What you talking about?
Would you marry you?
Oh, you putting me in the questions now.
I just want to ask.
Yep, I would wife me immediately.
Wow.
Why?
Because I am a good cook. What Mary say? I'm just playing. I'm a good cook. I clean good. I have great communication style. I love hard. I'm a nurturer. Are you laughing here? As I say, I'm a nurturer. I want someone.
You a good communicator.
Helpmate. I'm a good helpmate. I'm a good what?
You a good communicator.
I am, and I'm a good helpmate to the right man. I'm spiritual. I'm spiritual.
Huh?
I'm spiritual.
Are you naming pros or cons?
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
All right, never mind. I forgot. Go ahead. Ask everybody a question.
That's a pro.
What's your question for the panel, love?
Yeah, please.
You said what, Corey?
What's your question for the panel? Come on, it's too much lying going on. You need to start. Now we're just making up who we want to be. Shit,
I'm a good time. I like to have fun.
Why Savage got a hat on?
I ain't nobody capping. I'm telling the truth.
All right, just ask your question, man.
My
Just ask your
question to the
question.
panel is your current spouse your historical type? So the spouse you're with now, are they deemed your type, or did you differ from your type?
Well, I'm part of the panel, but I'm not one of the married ones, and Ham told me to mute, so I guess I'll speak first. The person that I'm with, no, is not a part of that type. Yeah. If there was a type from before, no.
Damn, how's that
You did not
work?
have a type before? You didn't have a type before?
Yeah, like that list. You know that checkoff list?
Yeah. You didn't have one, you're saying?
No. So coming out of my divorce, if you asked me who my ideal was, there was that list, right? Shanae is not a part of that list at all. And she is like the most beautiful person that I've come across. So
I love that.
Sometimes you got to throw that list away.
I love that. Thank you, Q. Thank you for answering first. I love that.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
I'm trying to be right behind Mr. White. You know what I'm saying? So
you want to be the spouse of the year?
Good luck with that. You have to go to the moon or some shit to beat this nigga.
All right.
No, you got to run a triathlon. This nigga done
oh,
everything.
Yeah.
So
Man, all his.
the man go next. The man go next.
Who you want? Call him out.
Michael
Chief.
Savage. Oh, is Chief? Wait, Chief's not in a relationship though, is he? You asking Chief?
Oh, is he in a relationship?
I didn't think
after this weekend.
Shut up.
Wow.
I was just joking. Shut up.
Savage, what's the answer?
Go ahead, Savage.
He froze.
Are you frozen? I think he's frozen. All right, we'll move
come
to.
back.
Okay, yeah, we'll come back. Corey, Master Corey. Your
Absolutely. My wife is definitely my type.
Okay.
She's everything I could have imagined. She's perfect.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That's love. Savage, you back? I think you're moving now. Okay.
Yeah, my stuff froze for some reason.
Did you hear the question?
The question was, is my spouse
Your current spouse your historical type, or did you defer from?
I wouldn't necessarily say I have a historical type. Like the fact that they're women is like the only type that I really had.
A vagina was the only qualifier.
Yeah, you gotta have a little bit of a standard. You making us look bad. Men will fuck anything.
Well, no. Like I'm not saying that. Like I have definitely dug around in the gutter before. Like that's happened. But I'm saying like when it comes to like if you were to look at all of the girls I've been with, they don't all have blonde hair. They all don't have some like they're just women. They're not. There's nothing. I've dated cheerleaders and models. Like they all are all different parts of the spectrum.
You didn't have a type. Okay, you didn't have. Okay, thank you. I thought you were going to go on like Corey said. She's everything I ever wanted her to be. I was hoping I heard that part. But you don't have to. You don't have to. I just thought you were going to say that.
Yeah.
Mary.
Absolutely not.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about the difference.
That's because he was my best friend first. So we were too much alike. Like we both wasn't shit. So
wow.
But just a minute ago, you was the perfect spouse. You was the perfect catch.
Clearly, you
put him in the.
I can judge now because I'm a wife now. If you would have asked me while I was single, if I would have been a good wife, I wouldn't know. Or I would have said no like the rest of the niggas on the panel, except Adrian. But
You just sounded a little inconsistent. My bad.
yeah, he was my best friend, so I didn't really look at him like that.
So, wait, Cam, there's background real bad. I'm not sure if it's people
I don't know
down
who's
here or
that.
what. Okay, it stopped. Whatever happened, it stopped. Thank you. Real quick, Mary. So what changed? Since he was your best friend, you look at him like that and y'all both wasn't ish. What changed?
I think just all around how we started living and it just making sense. Like I don't know if that makes sense for anybody, but things just started aligning a certain way and it just started to make sense. And
When she moved all the other girls out the way, it started to make more sense.
Is that a part of it, Mary?
Listen, I didn't do anything intentionally. That was just him seeing me. He started seeing me versus everybody else he was dealing with.
That was the plan.
Don't listen. Don't listen to nothing my husband tells
Was
you.
that an answer to the question? Was he physically your type?
Physically, yeah.
Okay.
That's really the key, man.
So Alex, the question is your current, well, not current, but is your spouse your type historically, or did you delineate or defer from your historical type?
No, not historical, but I'm glad I changed and had enough sense. I liked him toxic before, real extra. And he was the complete opposite of that, was not dealing with it at all by any means. And I think a lot of times when you're used to chaos and toxic, when you get someone who is nice and just a good person, I felt like for me, I was always looking for what's wrong with him. And there was nothing wrong, it was me.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Hamp. Is your wife your type historically, or did you differ from your type?
For the most part, her ass was a little bit not as fat as I usually prefer, but oh my god, don't call guy, he ain't coming. What you calling him for? We talking. Just but like, you know, I used to like you know, like that like was more
White
my
girls.
Wow.
It's crazy. Nah. I like that. That was usually like more my like speed, but yeah, for the most part.
So physically, she was, but personality wise, was she?
No, physically, yeah, but just I'm saying that was one of the things that was a little bit. She was a little bit deficient in.
Mhm. Okay, so like I said, personality wise, though, like
yeah, I don't know. I didn't have a lot of like significant relationships, maybe like 3. Yeah, she was cool for the most part. Kind of corny, but it worked.
what made it work then? Because her butt was not as fat and she was a little bit corny. So what made it work?
I mean, y'all just I gotta tell the truth. Like it was decent, you know.
Yeah.
But I just liked her overall.
Mhm.
Like I couldn't understand why one of my friends, he always would bring his wife to like we was out. I'm like, why you keep bringing her? And then when we got together, I'm like, oh, I can see it now.
Yeah, y'all just clicked. She just was your person. That's what it sounds like. I love that.
This says my type is variety pack.
I love that though. That's what's up here.
Yeah, it's like I didn't know like if when you know is a thing,
Mm-hmm.
but I realized it now. Motherfuckers, I mean, this shit's still hard, you know. And I be on that variety pack shit.
My next question was going to be we're dealing with that, but let me get with Bud real quick. 'Cause that's my next question. But you with your wife for 22 years, 11 married. Was she your type?
So when I first met my wife, I was kind of lost. Like, shit, I was all over the place with women. But I would have to say yeah, because I sought her out. I found her, and I definitely had a type. And anybody takes this the wrong way, I don't really care. But I never dealt with chicks with like weave and that wore like makeup and all that type of shit. And my wife was all natural. I'm saying that was a plus. But her style was a little bit different from what I was used to, and I still be fucking with her about that to this day. But she got better though. But me, I'm like, I'm not flashy, but I'm kind of stylish. You know, my wife don't really give a fuck about none of that shit, but that's what I love about her though. You know what I'm saying? That's what I love about her. So, yeah, man, because I found her ass, man. That's my dog. Word.
That's what's up. I love it. I love it. Thank y'all. I appreciate that. For all the single people in the chat, y'all heard sometimes your type isn't what you need or what you should have. So, listen. Last question. I know it's getting late. Don't settle too. I know it's getting late. Last question I got, and I know Hamp or Chief might have some. Last question, as Hamp said, the itch is hard. So tell me one challenge that you all have resolved or worked through as a married couple. We're gonna make it concise. There's no it's getting late.
So real quick, the kids being in the way of like intimacy and shit like that is the most difficult thing. I used to have sex every day when I was single. Shut up, Corey. Every day, because you got multiple chicks, and now you got one chick. You want to get some cheeks, but the kids is in the bed. They spilling milk in the bed. My daughter was so wet yesterday from the amount of milk and pee she had on her through the night. I just clapped. I said, Rocky, I never seen no shit like this before in my life. I don't know where you got all this milk from. Like that's my life, bro. I wake up, I got stains on me. You know what I mean? I'm up at 6:02, bro. Soon as daycare open, we there. We walking in. They opening the door. We opening the door. 6:30 on the dot, man. But I think the kids and navigating that while still having time for each other. You know what I mean? Changes in the body. You know, 2 sets of twins under 2. That's a lot of trauma. You know what I'm saying? So like just stuff. You know. I think that's probably the most difficult thing working through. And I was not doing enough initially to help because that's just a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, but then when you think you're doing enough and then nothing still changed, now you like, see, you know, so then you got to kind of get over yourself. You got to be selfless for 2 years until these motherfuckers get old enough to where they go to sleep at night.
Be self-sufficient too.
Yeah,
Thank you
that's
for your
one of them.
transparency. I appreciate that. Man, Savage, on the other end. Tell me, please, your biggest conflict or challenge you guys worked through.
Our biggest conflict was that prior to me, she was a single mom for like 9 years, had her own place, so she didn't really she's very headstrong woman, and she was a manager of a Best Cuts or something for years, so she was very opinionated and liked stuff her way and disagreeable. And it was rough when because we got married within 10 months of dating. We got married, and then she was pregnant like the same month that we got married. So it was just all like we moved into a bigger house. Like it's a lot of things coming together at one time, trying to get all those pieces to fit together. But besides that, we're good. Like earlier, she was in here listening to me tell how much of a piece of crap I am, and if I'd marry myself while she washed the dishes.
That's what's up. And y'all work through that. I love it. A lot happening at the same time. That can be strained. Thank you for your transparency. Real quick, Corey, I'm scared to ask. What conflict have y'all worked through?
Stupid chat.
I'm sorry, my bad. I'm sorry. Thank you, Shanae Fulton, for the $5 super chat. Historically, your type may not be what you need. You change your type and get what's best for you. I did. Q is fire. What's up? I love it. I love y'all. I love love. I do. I love love. Go ahead, Corey.
So we haven't had very many challenges in our marriage. It's been pretty well, fuck you. I mean, it is what it is. Make better choices. You know what I'm saying? Don't get mad at me. But now the one challenge we did have was just like when it came to handling business. When we like bought our house together, we had like some business stuff that we didn't really see eye to eye on how we handle business. And that was like a big challenge for us. But I wouldn't say we worked through it because actually. What ends up happening is just like I don't like the way you handle business. I'm gonna handle all the business from now on. So that ain't really working through it. But that's where we at with it. But that's definitely like the biggest challenge that we had.
Hold on. Let me ask. I got something that popped in my head. If we with people that weren't our type, isn't that settling?
That's what I said a minute ago. Don't settle.
No, but isn't that settling if we all found a person that wasn't our type? Didn't we settle for something?
No, because Alex said she liked toxic before. Her type was toxicity before, and she doesn't have that type anymore. So that's not necessarily true.
No, that's a cop out.
But it would be, but I ain't settled.
But if you got something that wasn't this type that you historically pursued, you settle.
That would be settling, correct?
But you don't know sometimes what you like until you have it. So it's like you have to experience certain things to be like, okay, this actually might be my type. So if that relationship don't work moving forward,
because you're making concessions because it's not something that you prefer. You're trying it out, but you're making a concession. You settling for something, and then you find out, oh, this is enjoyable, this works for me, but nevertheless, you made concessions initially.
But overall, you're settling.
But like what Bub said, his wife, initially, he didn't like the way she dressed. She wasn't, a good dresser, fashionista, whatever.
Uh-huh.
But that wasn't, and actively his type was fashionista. She's not a fashionista.
And he settled.
He didn't settle because
Yes, he did. Because he wanted a fashionista.
Man, that's why he said he still joked with her.
No, what I'm saying is that didn't make her a lesser choice because she's not a fashionista. That may not have been a deal breaker for him. People put deal breakers in the wrong categories and categorize deal breakers.
We didn't say deal breaker. We said settle.
That's what I'm saying. That's the settling, though. When you settle your deal breaker, that's settling. Like your deal breaker could be, I don't want a man. Hold on, I don't want a man that is not good with his money. That's a deal breaker, and that's my qualification. I typically like men that are rich. I settle for you, Corey, because you don't make as much. You're not a good money maker, but you make me laugh. And I don't know, child, whatever. But that's the settling. The non-settling is I wanted someone who can skate really good or likes to travel. I don't know, whatever. We'll put travel out there again.
A lot of it's whatever though. What you saying? Like it's all
not.
bullshit kind of.
The bull crap was a fashion. The bull crap was a toxicity. She didn't want toxicity.
Anytime you don't get what you want, you're settling.
I don't agree with that.
You
might want
to
toxicity.
tell you the truth, like my wife, she wasn't like a bad dresser. It just wasn't. It wasn't my normal. Like what I was.
We understand that.
But peak game. But if she had that and her socks didn't match, we wouldn't be married to this day. Because I'm hella petty. If your fucking socks don't match, that's a deal breaker for me.
That shit's dirty.
Well, people are putting too much negative context on the word settle because everyone's settling because any dude is probably not married to like the hottest chick they dated in their 20s. So like on some level, one person's not going to compare to other people in your past. So on some level, you liked one thing about one person you were with, and now you like something else about the person you're with. It doesn't match up because not everyone's equal. So you're going to settle in some aspect with any person that you marry or date.
I think most people, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing wrong with it because this is settling. You ever go to the store to get something, a watch or whatever, like the Apple Watch come out. They got dark gray, they got black. You want black. If they don't have black, you get another watch. You settle for the silver one. It don't make it like a dire thing.
Fact.
But it ends up being better than what you thought.
Huh?
I think that's why but it ends up being better than what you thought. And I think that's probably why we call it not settling. Because even though I wanted the black, I got the silver. I realized the silver is better quality. The material is better, and it matches more of my clothes.
Did you still settle?
Kind of said that. No, that's not settling because you actually went up. You actually once you. I think Mary actually said it. You don't know until you actually get into it. I'm like, oh my god, this is even better than I thought it was going to be. I thought I was settling.
If you didn't want it, you're settling.
It was even better.
If you got something better, don't mean you didn't settle because you wanted what you wanted. And
how is it settling if it's better than what you thought you wanted? That's not settling.
No, you're done. So if people keep saying it's better, they don't know what they're saying. We're saying when you settle for something and you find out that it works, it's a pleasant surprise. But it's a settle. It is what it is. Yeah. Like when you said, "Oh, this works." I assumed this was bad, but it's actually good. That doesn't mean that just. Yeah, like that happens.
See, to me, that's not a settle. To me, that's not a settle. I thought that this is not what I wanted. When I got it, I'm like, oh my God, this is much better than I thought it was going to be, even better than what I thought I really wanted. That's not settling, in my opinion. How is it settling when it's better than it excels what you wanted? That's not settling.
I think by definition it is, but
Yeah. But I already had this discussion with her. She can't even say I'm sorry. She only says I apologize.
I do. I say I apologize. I was wrong. I sure did say that. I apologize. I was wrong. I'm not going to say I am sorry because words matter.
You might text me after and be like, you was right.
Whatever. Like I said, when you sit there and say I am and whatever comes after I am makes a difference to your psyche. I stand corrected. I apologize. I was wrong. That's it. That's all.
You wrong here. Hopefully you get to that point. Mr. White, you was doing a lot of talking and all that. What you were saying?
About what?
You giggling and shit. What, you high or something?
Nah, man. Tired. But
I want to answer Love's last question though.
Oh, go ahead, Bob.
What?
Yeah, because Love was like, how did we get through like a how'd you word it, Love?
Oh
yeah. A major challenge in your marriage. How'd you get through it? How'd you work through that?
Shit, man, like shit, we still working through it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Like, it's one thing that my wife can't stand. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Oh my God.
No, I am a terrible social drinker, and she hate that shit. If I'm around a group of people, I'll be wilding, and she hate that shit. You know what I'm saying? So we work on that. But if it's just like me and her, everything Gucci. But if it's like 10, 12, 20 people, nah. I'm saying, because now she got to be on guard, and now she got to, worry about me when it's supposed to be like, you know what I'm saying, the other way around. And I could get, you know what I'm saying, I can admit that. You know what I'm saying? But everything else, like we got like issues with our son that to this day it'll never like we'll never like really be able to get through that shit. So we work on it every day. You know what I'm saying? Without putting my business out there. Yeah. We definitely work on that shit every day. And it's hard. But that shit keep us like this though. That shit keep us like glue because we both punching that shit.
Together.
Together, yeah, exactly. So
Hey, Bub, hold on, Bub. I got a question. So when you go out and you be drinking, she gotta be the protector, yo. Make sure you don't get it. I'm just asking a question.
No. Agent, that's a good question. That's a good question. Nah, you know what? She just won't come. She won't come. It's to that now.
Oh, God.
Like, nah.
Oh.
Be like, listen, whoever you with, because she know I'm gonna be with my mans, yo, have them take care of you, because she ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said what I said, the way I worded it, like we still working through that shit. You know what I'm saying? Word.
That's what's up. Thank you for your transparency that it's not a destination, it's a journey. That's what's up.
Yeah, like that's my dog. Shit.
Yeah, let me answer too, y'all, since y'all think we so perfect. You know what I'm saying? I'll say ours is one with the blended family, because everything just happened so fast. Like my wife was from Arizona, so we never even lived in the same state. I flew to Arizona, married her on a Thursday, flew her and her kids back here. Boom, blended family. So we still adjusting with that, trying to make time for each other, and so that she doesn't feel like she comes like last to me taking care of everything. So that's one thing. I'll say another huge thing is past trauma or issues that we've been in from our previous marriages, right? So like one thing with me, since my first wife left, my mindset was that I will never beg a woman to stay with me ever again. So one day, like, my wife got mad. She was like, I'm packing up my stuff and I'm gonna go get a room, or maybe I need to go to my parents and just visit or something. I said, if you leave, don't come back. Like, straight like that. Like, you go, you don't ever have to come back. Straight like that. And it was just like, but that was from the abandonment, and loss before, and vice versa. When I do some things that remind her of her ex-husband, she goes back to there. So it's like we both are still paying for mistakes from our previous marriages. And that makes a lot of sense when you look at the fact that like 75% of second marriages fail and end in divorce, because you're still working through that stuff too. So
yeah, they do. But you shouldn't let her leave either, though.
I know, but that's me. That's me working through the whole, because with my last marriage, the last 2 years, she wanted to end. I'm like, I'm not leaving. You can leave. I'm not leaving the family. And so trying to hold on to somebody who don't want you. So once I came out of that, I'm like, yo, never again where I beg a woman to stay. And if a woman want to dip, bye. Then you don't got to stay. You could go. But that's why I said working on it too, because I can't be like that, and I don't want her to leave. So
yeah, that's good. That's good.
See,
Anybody
we ain't
else?
perfect over here.
Like I
Struggle
wish.
with that.
I jump in it too. Although people think it's a good thing, our biggest conflict is actually going from being best friends to being husband and wife.
Explain that, please. That's a good. Go ahead, Mary.
Yeah.
When you marry somebody and that's your best friend, like sometimes you forget certain boundaries. Sometimes you forget, okay, I have to be more patient with this person because this is not my spouse. You know, I have to be more like Bub said, he's not romantic. My husband's not that romantic. You know, maybe I should transition that because this is not my best friend. And then when conflict does come about, it makes it even harder because it's like, this is your best friend who you always run to, but they're the issue. You know, so that's also a struggle as well. And it's just going from just seeing each other as like, okay, I can be whoever and say whatever and not care how it comes off or not care, you know, what is said, to being like, okay, now I have to be more cautious with my words. Maybe I have to be more sensitive towards their feelings because now this is bigger than this is just my best friend where I ain't got to talk to them for a day because we upset at each other. You know, so that transition, you know, is definitely something. And like Adrian said, the blended families, the dealing with baby moms.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's just whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's
The
a
best-
nuanced issue. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, I was just saying that best friend thing too, oversharing and shit too.
And then you know somebody, so it's like they don't really have the opportunity to lie because you already know what's up. So like that used to be a big thing for us. It's like, I know you.
Yeah.
So I know when you're upset. I know when you're not happy. I know when you lying because we're best friends. You know, it's easier for us to read each other.
And all the fella chief, if you find a chick that got a so-called best friend, either he gotta go or you gotta go.
I agree with that.
You see what happened with Mary?
I agree with that.
Best friend and I
Yeah. I agree. No best friend. I'm your best friend.
picking her up and putting her down. That's how best friends do. Damn, man.
Alex, did you have one? Or you said you had one, right?
Yeah. We've been together 11 years, but when we got married initially, it was the second of 2019. And life happened with family like immediately after we got married. Taking care of a loved one with hospice care like immediately after getting married, and then the pandemic hit. So it was grieving, and then we had to merge as families and being in one house together for a few months. And then I think for me, that's when I realized, okay, like, this is your family that you chose. You have to make it work. And I think people forget that part when it comes to marriage, is that I know people say, oh, you don't marry the family, this, that, and the third, but you should want to have a good relationship. So I think for me, it was a blessing in disguise that things happened the way that they did, but it was challenging, especially being that we were newly married. You know, you get married, you think, oh, we're going to do all these things, X, Y, and Z, but life having to be put on hold because we had a situation occur, and then COVID happened, and all the things and plans that I wanted to just have to just kind of debrief and just breathe after the wedding didn't get to happen. So I think that was the most challenging thing. So people were like, the pandemic and being paired up with people, and I'm like, I'm very fortunate that him and I were able to get through that, but then also adding in someone else into the mix was super challenging. But I would say we're better for it. And I didn't realize how much of an impact it had until maybe a year out, when we officially like got out of the situation. I was able to process and say, like, these are my feelings, these are my thoughts. But I'm like, if we can get through that situation and scenario, like, there's nothing that we can't get through.
So what percentage does family dynamics play into the marriage? I know we got to go, y'all. I know. But this is where we should have been in the first place. Not the other crap about raincoats and boots and whatnot. What's the percentage of family dynamics impact the marriage?
That wasn't crap. First off,
no, all of it is solid. The family matters, but not people think it matters more than it should. You need to know who you marry, right? And their family can tell the tale. But at the end of the day, the family shouldn't be involved in what's going on in your household. And also, they shouldn't be running to family whenever there's an issue. Unless that family is going to support you. That's how it should actually be. So they run to somebody that supports you. You should run to somebody that supports them.
Okay.
Right? Because if it's something that you can't work through, like if a woman cheats, niggas can't work through that. That's it. That's over with.
Wow.
So like that part, it is what it is. But it's stuff that you can work through. You know, you gotta have people that's gonna fight for your spouse.
That's a good point.
Spouse, you know.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Well, family don't be doing shit anyway, man.
But just sucking the gossip up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Real shit. Yeah, Corey did railroad the conversation, love. You might be right.
I know I'm right. I'm like, you talking about freaking raincoats and weather reports.
Man, I'm sorry. I was just trying to ask the women to be adults, and I totally fucked that conversation up. Yeah, y'all like it better when we talk about stupid shit where the man got to take care of you all the time. My bad. I was on the wrong podcast.
Corey, would you tell Chief he should get married? Knowing what you know now?
Absolutely, man. But you know, I would say what I would tell him is the number one piece of advice that I get to anyone is just marry the right person, man. If you marry the right person, man, this shit ain't nowhere near as hard as other people make it out to be. Right? And that's just from my perspective. Like, we always make it out like this is so much hard work and shit. It's really not. Like, I'm doing the same shit I was doing before, but I think it is wonderful, man. Like, you get to have like a best friend around all the time. Like, you never have to do shit by yourself. You have someone to enjoy, you know, everything you do in life with, and it's wonderful, man. I would definitely recommend it to anyone, but you just got to marry the right person for the right reason.
Would you tell him to get married, Bub?
Yeah, I would, but I would tell him not to have no fucking kids. Because yo, I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. Like, marriage, that shit keep me grounded, and marriage kept me like out of a lot of trouble because I used to be a wild boy. So yeah, yo, marriage is cool, man. Marriage is definitely cool. You know, those times when you feeling like a punk and you sick, you got somebody there to take care of you. You don't gotta go to no punk ass fucking hospital or doctor. You got your companion to hold you down. And I ain't gonna keep going into it, but yeah, it's cool. Chief, yo, get your ass married. You should have been married, man. What the fuck you waiting on?
Wow.
Mr. White, what'd you tell Chief?
Yeah, that's up to you. I ain't recommending you do it. I ain't gonna say you do it or you don't, just because everything that can possibly come with it. Like I said, I work with so many married couples, and at one point it had me thinking like, yo, I'm not even recommending people get married no more. Like, it almost literally turned me against it, because I see how so many people get married for the wrong reasons. They don't know how to communicate. They have these expectations that have never been communicated at all. And it's just like, it causes so much destruction when it doesn't work. So seeing the devastation that a failed marriage causes, how then can I just go and just say, hey, yeah, you should do it, or hey, yeah, you should do it? I'm gonna say this: if you're willing to equip yourself to do the work, and I don't know, bro. I just can't tell them. I can't recommend people just do it based off of I can't recommend it, bro.
Is that fear-based, Adrian?
No, it's based off of what I see. So like Bub, like how Bub is talking and Corey is talking and how I'm talking. That's a small percentage of men who are saying, yeah, it could possibly be worked, except Corey. You know, Corey's they perfectly aligned, so they good. But everybody will tell you like marriage is not for the weak. And a lot of it is because of the individual growth that you have to make, but it's so easy to point that finger at somebody else. People do not have the skill set to deal with somebody else long term. That thing is not easy, and the destruction from it is catastrophic, especially when kids are involved. So based off of my personal experience and all of the different people from all different financial levels and all different types of education, I don't just throw that out there and tell people, yo, you need to go ahead and get married.
Yeah. For me, I say yes, Chief, but that is a different answer from my answer probably a year ago. Because of our community. So it's more selfish for me in terms of bringing back the nuclear structure and then perpetuating that and allowing kids to grow up in that, whether it's a blended family or not, so they can see it and then they can duplicate it. Because it's the quickest way to kind of repair, if we can even be repaired at this point, you know. Also success, even like just something that we all know. All the presidents have been married, if I'm not mistaken. It gives you a different, like almost like different bravado, you know. When I'm going into different situations, marketing, a married man, you have a little bit more. I don't know, like they trust you more. You know, so you know if you're trying to aspire to do different things, I think that also is kind of like one of them notches that people respect. But
I 100% agree with you on that. A married person gets more respect in the business world, and it comes with a trust factor. It feels if you're married, you come with all these great attributes, and you have tenacity and all that. So I agree with you on that, Ham.
Yeah, I think discipline is the biggest thing that it shows. You know, when it comes to these bigger companies and stuff like that, and they look at a man that's married, it's like, okay, like you have discipline.
Chief, would you marry you? Last question.
Yeah, I think I would. And I say that because I've grown exponentially, and just like sitting here listening to the podcast, it's like listening to everybody's flaws, do's and don'ts and whatnot. Like I really, you know, I soak all that shit in, you know what I'm saying? And I've yet to put it into practice, but I think this is all just preparing me to be the ideal type dude, you know what I'm saying? But when I look back at my you know, the cons of it all, I think my biggest thing now is like it's crazy because there's a good balance, but there's some stubbornness in there that, like, in moments of tension, like I'm not trying to hear nothing until I'm ready to talk. So when Shorty want to talk, kind of Mary's like when she want to talk right now, we're not doing that. Like we're not talking until I'm ready to talk, because if I can't have a sensible conversation, I don't want to have it. Mm-hmm. You're not about to be yelling at me. You're not about to be cussing at me. As soon as you start, I'm gonna walk the fuck out. You can talk to yourself. So in essence, I think what that does is it teaches my lady how to like communicate with me. But in the same token, it can also cause a rift because, nigga, I'm trying to talk to you, and I'm like, but that ain't how I need you to talk to me. You know what I'm saying? So I think that might be the biggest caveat right there. Is like, I'm all about effective communication, and I'm so triggered by that shit from the past that I think I shut down when it starts to take a left. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that shit. And I think that can be unhealthy, but at the same token, I think it promotes good communication in the long run.
Yeah. Interesting. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. It helps the channel the most. It's been interesting. I think it's been decently substantive. I think when people watch it back, they'll be able to gather something from it, no doubt. Even though Corey should sound outlandish, there's some baseline to it for sure.
I agree. I got from out of Corey, stay aligned. Be aligned with your person. Y'all need to be aligned. So there's no issues.
And also don't pack bags that you can't move.
That part.
Very important.
I tried to go more esoteric. Okay.
Secondly, stop trying to look cute. Put a jacket on. You know, remember, Corey, you know, Adrian, you know, they be running from the club when at 3 a.m. in the morning because it's 15 degrees outside.
Right.
They huddled up looking stupid.
Stupid.
Damn, man, that's word. Listen, man, it's been interesting, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. The chat was popping. They was wilding in the chat. Oh, one more from Savage. He got his 2 cents. And Savage with the $5. Marrying my wife was the best decision I made. God filled our lives. My life grew quickly.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, I think that it can definitely be a catalyst. Women are resources, you know. Damn, that's what's up. So, I do not fuck with Jerry Springer, but I do like one of his constructs. Love. Final thought.
This was an excellent podcast tonight. Definitely, I learned a lot from the transparency and the vulnerability of all the married couples. I would still marry me. That does not change, and I am a good resource. Is another pro on my side. So thank you for the married couples for being transparent tonight.
Word. Mary.
Being married is hard, but it's definitely worth it. Definitely.
Word. Chief.
I think from this session was taking time to listen and apply what you've learned towards yourself. And I genuinely think if you can't say you'd marry yourself, then you got some work to do. So point out them flaws in which you would identify in yourself and work on them to make yourself the most ideal for a married life.
Word. Master Corey.
I would say marriage is fun, man. Find somebody that you're crazy about, marry them, and enjoy life.
Word. Buck.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Marriage is cool, man. Just take your time, do it right, and keep family and friends out of your business, man. And everything will work out for y'all, man. Word. Let's get it.
Word. Mr. White.
Yeah, marriage is definitely beautiful. I would say remember that your spouse is not your enemy. I would also say look at yourself first and, spend more time trying to understand each other versus responding or thinking that person is, the issue, and make sure you check yourself first.
Word. Yeah, man, a lot of good insight, man. I feel like one thing I work on the most is if I'm in a conversation or a disagreement with my wife, there's always something that you are wrong about in said conversation. So one thing I like to do is reflect and then say, okay, I did this wrong. Regardless if I'm wrong entirely, there's something I can correct, right? So then you can gain some understanding from both sides, and then you can probably come to an agreement or an understanding about what was actually being said. That's one thing. I heard what Chief said. I think he's right. I also think people are, like I'm not that nice. Bub is not that nice. Corey is not that nice. Chief is not that nice. And Mr. White is not that nice. I don't think they're going to become nice overnight or in the next 20 years. So I don't know if that's something we can work on, but at least we can acknowledge it. So, damn, man, interesting.
I do want to say one thing before you slide, Ham.
This nigga.
Bub mentioned earlier that he wasn't compassionate, and I beg to differ because there's been a couple of situations where I personally leaned on him for some stuff, and I've seen some compassion. So maybe it's in certain regards, Bub, but I definitely feel like that's a part of who you are. Well, I thank you for showing me compassion. How about that?
Oh yeah, I appreciate that, but I just chalk that up to man code, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But
do
it's
for a
compassion.
brother. You know what I'm saying? Be there for a brother in need.
Yeah. I think Bub is saying, like, I think we are desensitized to like death and stuff like that. Like you hear somebody pass, you just be like, damn, what we about to eat? You know what I mean? Like we don't stop, So yeah, anybody else want to interrupt my final thought? Go ahead. We have good. Damn, that's what's up.
Hey, nah, no, I do. I want to say too, right? Ask yourself this question: yo. Do you want to be right or do you want to be received, yo? I'm glad him going. Would you rather be right or rather be received? Sometimes people want to be so right, and you want to get your point across, but you're not concerned about whether they can receive you. So pay attention, right? If they're not in the listening mood, there's no point in you talking. You just talking just to talk. So maybe save the conversation for another day. You know what I'm saying? You also might want to identify when's the best time to communicate.
Man. Wrap this shit up. Come on.
Get off, Corey. I let you slide. I let you slide a lot tonight, Corey. I let you slide a lot tonight.
With you, bro.
I know. I let you slide tonight, though. I let you slide tonight, yo.
That was wisdom, Adrian. So before Corey interrupted you, that was wisdom. I hope people caught on to that and actually put that in their tool belt. That is wisdom.
So nobody had nothing to say until my final thought. Like, I'm fucking serious.
Hey.
Damn, man. All right, y'all good? Everybody's good?
Yeah.
Mary? You straight, Bub?
I'm good, man.
All right. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Oh, shit, I'm on the wrong screen. And we out.